to the human. Oh my god, this nigga's stupid today. He thought that was Rock the Biggin. Yeah, he kind of does look like Rock the Biggin. Young dudes, gang. That's a fact. More loving of criminals from a degenerate society. That's a fact. What the fuck? She sound like she talking to a child. That's a fact. Her job isn't civil liability. I agree. So what's going on with you there, LA?
Good. Nice to see Atticus awake.
What's up?
That motherfucker. Listen, I had to remove from the show. And I like that.
Nice to see Atticus awake.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about me sleep. I wasn't asleep.
Yeah. Nice to see it. We got off the air like 3:00 in the morning, man. I didn't realize it was that late.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all were up late as hell.
Yeah, we started going on Twitter, man, and that's when it really went downhill. Yeah, Twitter profiles, dude. That shit was crazy.
Okay.
That shit was easy, man. We started watching some videos on Twitter last night. It
yeah.
made Tom leave. That's how bad it was.
I was done.
This girl broke her whole body in one video.
I couldn't take it anymore. My whole everything was hurting.
Dr. Pimple Popper. We started watching crazy shit. It got bad.
It wasn't that bad, but it's all right. Let's finish this.
Project.
Sir, unfortunately, you can't interject right now.
Yeah,
No,
you
sir.
can't say nothing.
Mr. Forbes?
Oh, yes. I had a question for you, LA.
Yes, sir.
Is the system truly white?
No, sir.
When everyone, I didn't even finish the question. If everyone that is putting people in jail, not in jail, or putting people under a grave, responsible for those actions?
No, this is the problem I see with people, right? They kind of mix up numbers with facts, if that makes sense. So I've never seen a white judge tell a white person, or even a white cop tell a white person, I'm not going to lock you up for a crime because you're white, or I'm not going to sentence you to a length of time because you're white. I'm going to do a story on Monday, not the sidetrack anybody. Y'all remember that young lady in Memphis who was killed by that black man last year? She was a billionaire's daughter, and she was jogging.
Yes.
Jogging.
Yeah. How many times do you think he been locked up? Just curious.
About 13 times.
Mayo, what you think?
Yeah, I think that's the number.
Atticus, what you think?
I was gonna be nice and give him like 7.
Over 21 times, sir.
Damn.
God damn.
Felonies. The mother lover, he was supposed to be doing 20-something years in prison, but they let him out early because he committed a robbery and a kidnapping before that, and not to mention they already had his DNA because he raped a young lady, but they didn't get it back in time before this happened. But they let his ass out of jail over and over again. So no. The whole thing is just people just stupid. They want to see what they want to see.
Well, they often, because you always hear he received life in prison for a bag of weed.
Yeah,
that's the stupidest.
Well, that bag of weed was 16 kilos.
And it's the 30th time he did it.
There you go. That's
exactly.
Hey, come on, context matters. It wasn't. This is not his first time being caught with that shit.
Yeah.
Come on now. When is repeat offenses actually taken account? I mean, taken account for in black people's eyes? Because people don't even look at previous encounters with police officers, encounters of actually doing criminal activity. They just look at what they see right now and say, well, you shouldn't go back to their past. Bitch, their past matters. The past fucking matters.
Especially when it's criminal past.
Everybody past matters.
Because if they rehab puppies, they're damn sure going to say that in court.
They rehab puppies, yeah. That's a fact.
Everybody past matters. I don't know why people... Only time it doesn't matter when it is not affecting somebody else. When it's not affecting you, but when
that's the same thing they said with that George Floyd. But why are you looking at his past, folks? Because the past is what creates the present. in certain aspects, especially if it's criminal.
They do it with cops all the time.
Yeah. He has 6
They go
bodies
back
where
and
a
look
cop
at a
pulled
past.
over and had. Yeah.
They freed 1,000 prisoners off that one cop that wasn't even convicted in New York.
They do it all the time. Past matters. Anytime something happens, they
Well,
always
the
pull
thing
out your
about this
IUB.
guy was he literally was planting drugs on people. So
Good. Sometimes you got to
it
plant little
wasn't
drugs.
it wasn't it wasn't a good look when you planted drugs on people. And
Sometimes you got to
expect them
plant a
not.
little reefer.
Shut the fuck
You
up.
was smoking it anyway. I just
No, that
found it
nigga
to
was
give it back
planting.
to
That
you.
motherfucker was planting meth on motherfuckers.
Yeah, but you know they was gonna do meth anyway. So he said, "Fuck it, let me just
Get the fuck
take it,
out of
go
here.
ahead and hand it to you real quick. You know you're gonna do it. You know you want this meth."
Yo, I can't with you goddamn bad cops, man.
What would you like to say, sir?
I want to say that I was and still am extremely apologetic about
I want to say that
what I
white boy
said
look
and
crazy as cat shit.
the picture that I sent. It's very disrespectful and childish. I understand as a father, like, how you feel
No,
and
you don't.
He sent a picture of
what
his
you're
dick.
doing is for the best of your daughter.
He's
I
probably
understand
sent
that
pictures of
completely. And
the guy's naked daughter to him.
I do
Yeah.
take full responsibility for that, and I do
What?
apologize.
Ms. McDuffie, is there something you wanted to say after our breakout room?
How old was the daughter?
So, Your Honor,
It didn't say how his daughter's grown,
Okay.
but
He
he
on some
didn't. He
bullshit.
abused his daughter twice, I guess. I think it was twice
Jesus Christ.
because he has 2 charges for domestic violence. So he got one while on probation from another one. it makes no sense. Why do you know what? Niggas is
That's
gonna be
crazy,
niggas, man.
That's a fact.
spoken with Mr. Flake and Ms. Robertson, and they they fully understand what the situation is and how exactly sentences are handled with respect to jail, combinations of jail and probation, and how that works. So I think that everybody is kind of understanding what's about to happen.
That's a fact, Black Mountain.
What's about to happen
That's
here?
a fucking fact.
I think every day in this courtroom, at sentencing or when there's a violation of some sort, we hear, "I take full responsibility." We hear that so often and all the time. And what the only thing that can bear that out is your actions after you say those words. And in some instances before, we haven't seen anything before that statement to reflect that that's really the case. And it's concerning. I know that that's your attorney's representation and not the words directly out of your mouth. But I mentioned before that Mr. Forbes was convicted in that other case involving Ms. Robertson on July 20th. This offense happened August 15th, and he was scheduled for sentencing the following month. It's a little bit disconcerting to hear about how this is sort of a disadvantage or inconvenience to him. I understand that it's not great to be on probation in multiple courts, but Mr. Forbes is inconvenienced by his own actions. We're talking about the offense that he committed. And this was authorized in December of that same year, which is not a terribly long time. But that's it's not starting off very well. But I sincerely hope it's very sad to be here. Mr. Forbes, it sounded like Mr. Flake was a male figure in his life that was and could have been a positive influence for him. Despite his initial reservations, it sounded like he was attempting to work with him in some way. And it's unfortunate that that relationship has been so terribly affected by what has happened here. Mr. Forbes, I don't believe all is lost for him. And I hope that he understands, truly, fully understands how to start taking responsibility for what he does, the effect it has on other people, and what he needs to do to make himself a better Jamil Forbes. He should never end up here again on a domestic violence matter again in court at all. It's going to take a lot of work, I think, to get there. So I agree with, I think, where the court is planning to go with respect to the sentence, not the recommendation as it was sent, but I think where we're going to go. And I hope and pray that this is a wake-up call where he can stop seeing, where he can start seeing some consequences. I'll say that.
Thank you. I wholeheartedly agree with the prosecution. I'm surprised by the fact that the issue, as you see it, is that the inconvenience of the probations and the charging in this case. First of all, I agree with the prosecution. This
Yeah, I'll be
occurred on August the 15th. It was charged in December. That's not a long time. The process to get here has taken some time because we've had a number of adjournments. Many of those because you retained counsel and had other things that you were doing in this case to get us to this lengthy time period of it being in court. Every reason why you were on probation in two separate courts and where we are in this case is based on your own actions. I am surprised, and I was at the time that I read this report initially, that you had the audacity to send any father pictures of their daughter in the way that you did. It is a complete and utter disrespect. And to be shocked by the probation interview that you had, where you took literally no accountability for it, and basically said someone made you mad, and so therefore you kind of think it's okay. I understand that now that you're before this court and you understand how seriously I'm taking this, you want to accept responsibility for it. But at the time, when you should have been accepting responsibility, you did not. I appreciate at least that you were offering some apology to this father and to this daughter, but their lives are irreparably changed. And this court's job is one to provide some punishment to you for what you've done. But the most important piece is to hopefully try to shape you into be a better human being for the future. And so far you're off to a very rocky start. But like the prosecutor said, hope is not lost. You can become a better person. And I hope that you do. I hope that the words that are coming out of your mouth are not just that. They're not just words, but that you can really truly begin to see how you can be different. Because the lack of humanity in what you did is just still remarkable to me. It is the sentence of this court that you serve 180 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, credit for 0 days. 90 days of those are suspended. You are to serve 90 days in the Washtenaw County Jail. You are to then be on probation for 12 months. Fines and court costs in this case for a total of $425.
That's it?
You then meet with probation when and were directed, including any and all home visits, weekly phone reports, and probation group meetings. You attend and complete the ABR domestic violence assessment and follow all recommendations. You're restricted from having any alcoholic beverages in your home. You're to submit to and pay and be responsible for random drug and alcohol tests. Provide monthly verification of compliance. All of these conditions and do that online. You'd attend court reviews as ordered and make earnest efforts to maintain legitimate employment. You are restrained from harassing, stalking, threatening, or otherwise engaging in conduct that would place Calvin Flake Jr. or Tajane Robertson in reasonable fear of bodily injury, no assaultive or threatening behavior towards either one of them.
Is she talking
No
old boy in a white shirt?
either one of them in any way, shape, or form.
No.
No going to their residence, place of
dreadhead?
employment,
Dreadhead,
use of
yeah.
possession of
Right there.
alcohol, marijuana, illegal
Just
drugs,
popped that
or
up.
other drug paraphernalia. No use of possession of any firearm components, ammunition, or other dangerous weapons, and no being in the company of anyone using them. I'm going to do a review in 60 days to see where you are. You should be hopefully coming to the end of your term in the Washtenaw County Jail at that point. When do you?
I just wanted to clarify. I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say 12. Is that 18 months as we talked about in
I'm
the?
sorry, 18 months in the 18 months on probation.
Judge, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. You said 18 months on probation?
Yes, bitch.
That is what we said in the breakout room, 18 months. And when is your client turning himself into the jail?
Mr. Forbes,
Miss Curie, I can really you need an appointment.
I did ask him that, Your Honor. He wasn't able to give me an answer at that time. I do apologize. Jamil, the court needs to know when you can turn yourself in.
Next month.
Gee.
Right.
No.
Yeah, all right. Well, Mr. Forbes, you need to turn yourself into the jail no later than Friday morning at 8 a.m.
When is that?
Friday morning, bitch.
Friday morning at 8 a.m.
Yes.
Did he ask when is that?
So,
Oh, he's destined to be a career criminal.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So let's see what the chat says. Black mom, single mothers run the court. I just noticed what the fuck. One worst woman on earth judging a man. Yeah. Well, she is a very nice judge. I've never seen her lift her voice higher than what it is. Now, if you want an angry judge, I show you an angry judge. Now, I show you an angry black judge.
Yo, she said, when can you turn yourself in? Next month? Sir, today's the 1st. Sir.
This thing is stupid.
Sir. Yeah.
No, the fact that
he's starting off with half a suspended sentence.
That's what I was about to say. I was just about to say the same thing. She gave him credit for 90 goddamn days. I wouldn't have gave him credit for any fucking thing. Fuck that nigga, man.
Yeah, why does she give him credit for 90 days?
Because
she didn't give him credit. She just suspended it.
Oh, she suspended it?
Yeah, she suspended 90 days.
But I think that's because that's because he did 90 days though in jail.
No, she said no credit.
Oh, okay.
But she suspended 90 days.
Oh, that's ignorant. You should have gave him the whole fucking 6 months. 6 months ain't shit. Put his ass in jail.
The max for what he did.
Yeah.
Beating her ass and then sending naked pictures of her to her own father. And you know they was some messed up shit.
Yeah, but y'all keep on playing like she the victim though.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about being a victim. Listen, I already said that she gonna go right back to the nigga.
My whole thing is this: look at her daddy. What is this? Some junior right there in the middle. That nigga thug. Look at her boyfriend. He a thug, and she for the streets. And then he got on her and he did all of that so willingly. And just, oh yeah, she's a good A, she's an A student, she's this and that. Man, your daughter's for the street. She's messing with a thug. If she was as good as you say she was, she'd be messing with a dude like my little brother. A square. She messing with a dude like me. Stop playing, bro. And then everything he getting from that judge, he deserved it, bro, because he did wrong, bro. But I don't like how they playing the situation. She came up there all innocent and shit, bro. And then y'all making sex videos. You ain't that wholesome, little girl. You out here messing with a young dude. Y'all out here smashing. Y'all not even married. Get it together. Stop making excuses for them. Both of them is in the wrong. And then the daddy, he a simp, bro. Something wrong with that dude, bro. If you felt that way about him hitting your daughter or doing something to your daughter, you should have went and beat that dude up, but you couldn't because he a street dude, bro. You know, if you try to retaliate on him, they gonna tear you up. So he had to take it to court. And your baby, do your thing, baby. You get him, baby. And man, this gonna send this dude to jail, give him what he need. He need to be in there for a minute because he messed up and hit the chick. The judge is doing the right thing. I just don't like the way they simping for this little chick. It's throwing me off.
Black thoughts, you got anything?
So my only contention with what was just said was, why would the father go beat him up? Let's say the father doesn't beat him up. He beats the father up. Let's say the father goes and kills. None of that is going to do anything. That's complete street hood justice. Let them go to court and let the prison system deal with him.
So you're advocating for good shit.
I can kind of agree for that. But I have seen too many cases, bro, where people do stuff to people's kids and these people go off on them, and the judges, they look at them in a certain way and they give them, you know what I'm saying, a little leeway because they know they probably lost their mind at the time. Now, I'm looking at this dude, the way that this dude is talking. He don't talk like you, Black Thoughts. He don't talk like LA. He don't talk like Mayo. He definitely don't talk like me. Well, he kind of do talk like me, but he don't talk like y'all upstanding black community activists and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
not a community activist, sir. Oh no.
I'm just messing with you like that, but I'm just saying, like,
I know.
that dude down there, bro, he is straight street. And she's supposed to be this all wholesome girl and all this. And she couldn't find a better suited partner than him, bro. Oh, that's a problem, bro. Like something ain't right about this. But I get what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing on the part that you're saying this dude deserve everything that he get because he wrong for what he did. But I just can't do in street justice. Sometimes it's called for, sir. Just saying.
I hear you on that.
So I don't disagree with that, but I don't think in this case street I mean street justice is gonna hurt more than it's gonna help, right? Because let's just say they shoot the fair one and that's it. Okay, good, street justice. But once it starts spiraling out of control, then street justice just ends up harming many of people, and we could have just left it to the courts. That's my whole position on that.
And got nothing out of it, but more turmoil and tension. I
The way I look at it, I feel like Uncle Tom, because as soon as he get out of jail and he so-called get back in the street, start selling them dime bags again, you know who gonna be right back over there with him?
That bitch.
Oh, that's a fact.
That bitch go right back to him. She said, I have nothing but love for you, bitch. We already know. As soon as I heard that shit, you didn't learn shit. That nigga didn't learn shit. You're probably talking now. You're probably fucking now. There's no point in talking. No point in doing all this shit. You put it on for the motherfucking camera.
Well, that's why some of us learn early not to get involved, right? Because you know how that go.
Oh yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh yeah, more guys have wound up in prison protecting the honor of their family than anything else.
If you don't turn yourself in tomorrow morning, a bench warrant will issue for your arrest.
Okay.
Please, will you hand me my screen box?
All right. So that was that one.
Could you imagine sitting in a jail cell? Let's think about this from that father. Let's say he went and beat the old boy up, poked him up a couple times. He's sitting in jail, and guess what he hearing? That the daughter and old boy is right back together.
It's no different black thoughts if you think about it. If him sitting at the house minding his business, going to work, and then he get a video of his daughter getting smashed by a street dude.
Well, see, for the video thing, now you try to bring the violence out of me, bro.
I'm sorry, sir.
I mean, but that's exactly what he did, though. He sent him a video of his damn daughter and pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
violence wouldn't ensue. Stop acting like you wouldn't. Violence wouldn't ensue with you, nigga.
I guess. Listen. I guess that war is violence. I'm not gonna lie. Like, bro, because here's the thing: if you sending it to me, that means you sending it around. Like, I may need to shove that cell phone down your throat. Maybe
that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
That's listen.
That would be after I shoved it up his ass.
Love it. Love it. Yo. Nah, I can't. Woo. Let's go with this one. All right, this is a tenant / landlord new owner argument. This is actually pretty fucking funny. I think this is the only one I actually watched a little bit of. But yeah, I want to know what y'all think. This is more black on black violence, and a black judge.
Is this the judge that his dad owns properties?
No, so I just found out his dad is the treasury of the town, of the treasury. That's what I guess what they call it.
He's the treasurer?
Treasurer.
The treasurer.
The treasurer. Him and his father both do buy houses and shit. So that's why this shit it's weird. Now he said he used to be that, but now he's a judge, so he has to separate the shit. But you find that out. I've been listening.
Don't rule on cases your dad on property your dad's involved with.
He really can't say nothing. That's why he dismissed it and told him to come back.
But wait, didn't we watch this, or is this a continuation or something?
Oh, this is a different one. I mean, it's different. Same judge, different case. Different total case. But this is funny.
Case number 23344554. This is Anthony Acra versus all occupants on Sherwood. I didn't catch either name. I mean, I know your names, I can assume it, but I want you all to put it on the record. So, Mr. Acra, can you state your name for the record again?
Anthony Acra.
Thank you. And Mr. Wilson.
Lawrence Wilson, Sr.
All right. Mr. Wilson, thank you all for your patience. We're here for a comments and complaints for 9.
I still got a question. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop it, but I did mean to stop it. I don't understand what the plexiglass is still for. What the fuck is the plexiglass still for if there's only 3 people in that room?
So that's special COVID-free plexiglass.
COVID
with
all the open
when it
holes.
comes in contact with the plastic.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page that it's super magnetized only to COVID. Cool.
No, it has a special membrane film inside of it that stops COVID.
Got it.
Payment of rent. Okay, I'm gonna ask a few questions. Neither one of you all are represented. So I know you all aren't lawyers and still gonna hold you to a certain standard, but I'm gonna explain more than I usually do, just to make sure we get this done in a reasonable fashion. So be patient with each other, be patient with the court. What's your monthly rent?
$850.
Mr. Wilson.
Can I give you a brief description of what's going on, Your Honor? I supplied.
There's no rent being paid.
Yeah, but what it is, the home. Me and my brother, we owned it, and he managed it. My brother passed the 1st of February. I provided some information to the courts on, leading up to, where we're at right now. To my understanding, Mr. Wilson hasn't paid rent, for a year or so. Fine and dandy with that. I approached him, let him know the situation. The home was in tax foreclosure. I let him know who I was. I told him the next time you see me, I'll show you proof that the taxes is paid. Showed him the deed with my name on it, and then proceeded to try to make amends to start the rent process as of February, the month of my brother's passing. And he replied, get the judge and bailiff involved. Now, we were in court on the 31st, Judge Kennedy, tried to have us, reason it out with ourselves, by having the lease agreement signed. I tried to approach him.
So can I just say something real quick?
And I provided proof.
Yes, sir.
The initial demeanor of old boy in a white tee is that of a female.
So in other words, you saying people that got dreads act like females?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That's what I heard. Because you keep coming after all the niggas with dreads, man.
They the ones in court doing the bullshit.
and can I say that this is also a scam? Because the home is occupied by this gentleman, right? And there was no lease agreement.
Mm-hmm.
They won't take the home for taxes if somebody's living in it. If that home was unoccupied, they'd just take it.
Well, hold on, no, Mayo. So his brother owned the home. His brother passed, I guess.
They owned it together.
His brother owned, his brother they owed back taxes. He paid it, and now he's telling the guy, "Okay, I need rent." Where's the scam? And I'm asking, like, in being full genuine.
How did the guy get in the house in the first place?
To his brother. His brother was managing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's the brother's homie or something.
Some shit like that. I don't know.
So he was sitting on the house while it was in foreclosure, tax foreclosure. so they couldn't kick him out and take the
They
house.
didn't explain. Listen, we don't know. We didn't get that far. Jesus, white people always trying to be a. You know what? That's why y'all can't get into Harvard.
Dude, this court is full of real estate scams. This court is full of real estate scams. That judge being number one.
Oh my gosh! Shut up, Mayo.
Everything I just said to the courts, for you to see.
All right. Thank you for that information. Mr. Wilson.
Yes, sir.
Well, they are in
When
Detroit.
is the last time? Did you ever have a lease agreement in this property?
Yes, I have a fraudulent lease that I couldn't even turn the water on with.
Damn.
But his
no. How did you have a fraudulent lease? Did you ever have a lease agreement?
Mayo might be right. Mayo might be right. He might just be right. But you know what? Continue.
You say yes.
You showed a water company leases?
What'd you say?
You showed a water company leases?
In certain states, yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
In 2020.
I had to show it down here.
2020.
And it was not an accurate lease because I couldn't get the water turned on with it.
Why not?
They said where was the rest of it? It wasn't a real lease.
Okay. So
you lived here.
You never had water turned on in your name?
No, sir.
Who pays the water?
There's no water bill coming here. It's on illegal in the house. I've had the water come out and look at it. The water meter is on the floor. There's a straight pipe in the pipe.
Oh.
So you don't pay the water bill, Mr. Wilson?
No, sir.
Uncle Tom, pause it. The guy's talking, but it's muted.
I'm sorry, I hit the wrong mute button.
Can I ask the question? How long has he been staying at the house? Do anybody know?
He said that his lease was for 2020, but
I think it's like 2 years or so. Over 2
With
years.
no water?
He didn't say he didn't have water. He did say it's only illegally. I don't think y'all heard that part. Y'all don't think I heard that part.
No. I got him to say he had a straight pipe. So basically that judge is sitting back writing it down. So I'm pretty sure that water company gonna come after him. They're gonna get that back pay money.
So someone will get that money because this dude ain't paying it right here. The owner, but here, let me continue.
The front yard, but they haven't been out since.
What are you paying in that property?
I'm not paying anything in this property. I just met this gentleman recently.
Hold on. That's a pretty sweet deal.
No, it's not. I asked the landlord to fix a couple of leaks in the house. That's when I stopped paying rent. My daughter's ceiling started falling down, and he never came to do anything about any of the problems I was having in the home. I've never even seen this gentleman before until the gentleman that owned the house died. He's been threatening me. I didn't file the police report. He didn't threaten my life and my children's life.
That is not true.
It is.
All right, so why?
He's also been following me. Like, I'm not understanding.
All right, so how much time do you need?
This gentleman don't even own the home, Your Honor. He sold it in
I
2014.
I have a deed that says he owns the property. Do you have anything that
he quit claim
deed? Do you have anything else?
Sir, Your Honor.
Do you have anything else to prove that he doesn't own the property?
Nope. But on record, there's a quit claim deed in 2014. He doesn't own it anymore.
Who owns
he owned it before 2014.
Who owns it?
His brother owned it, but he's deceased at the moment.
At the moment, is he coming back?
No, sir, I don't. I was in communication with the Housing Coalition trying to recover it because no taxes has been paid on it since 2017. But it was both of their house. They hasn't done anything with this house since I've been in it.
Maybe it's because you've been in it. And
no, sir, not at all. I was paying the rent with no problem until all these problems started exposing themselves.
All right, so when's the last time you paid rent?
June 2021.
Damn.
I asked him to stop the leak. I haven't heard from him since.
He did.
I didn't reach out to him multiple.
So you've been living in this house. How much of this house is livable? Is your kitchen work?
All of it.
All right, so why aren't you paying all of the rent?
Because I made the repairs myself.
So you can repair and deduct. What receipts? You have receipts? Did you write down those deductions?
Yes, I do have. I have receipts, pictures. Yes, I've been repairing this home myself.
So what amount do you owe after the receipts and deductions?
I'm not sure. Yeah, I haven't sat down and calculated everything together.
Because you don't have to pay for anything. That's why. It's free. It's a free house.
I'm not looking for it to be a free house. That's why I tried to. They told me not to pay the property taxes.
No, because it's not your house.
Foreclosure. Huh?
Yeah, because it's not your house.
Yeah,
It's not your duty.
why would you pay the
It's not your
property
duty.
taxes on a
You're not
rent?
claiming you own it. That's fine. I understand why you wouldn't pay the property tax.
Mayo, question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is the judge being fair? Because I know you keep saying he's a fake judge and he's a scam artist.
Oh, no. He is, but he is obviously being a judge that is also a leasee or a
So
leaser.
you saying you can't be a leaser if you're a judge?
No, sir.
Why
no,
not?
sir. I'm saying most judges you'll see simp for the leasee.
Oh, okay. So you're saying
this guy is not doing that.
So what you're saying, he's a biased judge.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
And I'm all for it in this situation.
Man, I can't take you sometimes. Sometimes you get the hell out of here.
No, I attempted to pay the property taxes, but I was informed not to.
Because it's not.
It's not your property.
It would have made a more compelling argument, but legally it doesn't give you the rights to the home and just possibly keep you in that home because it won't get foreclosed.
I can understand.
But it wouldn't change anything on this end. So I get the value of paying the property taxes, but sounds like you had an agreement with his brother.
No, sir, we had no agreement at all. He signed a lease with my wife while I was in another state doing a contract.
Hold on.
Like
so
I said, as the months progressed, the house started exposing.
Wait. That means you're a builder or a construction worker. So you know what, Mayo? It could be a scam. It could be a scam.
Why do you say that?
Because they can't foreclose on the house if someone's in it, as far as as far as them owing property taxes. And if he's in it and they ain't paid, they said they haven't paid property taxes since 2019.
17.
Oh, 2017.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why is he the one testifying in court if his wife is the leasee?
That's a fact. I was thinking that too, sir.
I don't know. I think I watched like maybe 4 minutes of it. So I don't know. I haven't gotten this far.
I don't think they have true paperwork for it. I think it's just verbal.
It probably was just verbal. But what I'm saying is with them in there he just said he didn't sign shit at all. He signed it with his wife. So he shouldn't be talking.
Yeah.
But if they say all occupants, I know that means everyone in there is on it. So he could talk for it if you say all occupants. So I don't know. Let's hear him out.
So his late brother signed an agreement with your wife, or Mr. Anthony signed an agreement with your wife?
The late brother signed an agreement with my wife. We've never signed nothing with Mr. Akron. With Mr. Anthony.
Where's your wife?
At the moment, I believe she's 1 second.
I mean, I was just asking if she Like, are you all on the same lease? Are you all on the same agreement?
I was never on her agreement, so Your Honor.
Then what happened with that agreement? So how did you end up getting sued? Oh, this is all occupants. So he didn't even put your name on it.
No, Your Honor, because he doesn't know me. I've never seen this gentleman until
because he has no agreement with you. He has no agreement with you. So, I mean, it could be a termination where it can't be
just
redeemed.
wanted a free house.
How much rent is owed?
Like 26,000, shouldn't it be?
Like I said, I approached him.
$1,700. Is Mr. Accra?
Yeah, that's just a number he put together.
Do you want that number, or do you want the number $850 times 12?
And that's what he failed to understand.
Another 8 that you just told.
That's what he failed to understand. I only brought it back from the date the month that my brother passed. Because you're right, I never met him before. But when my brother passed, it left it up on me to manage what was left. And I started the rent from February up until now. And
Mr. Wilson, so if you started the rent that my wife had with his previous brother was $750, where he got $850 from, I'm not understanding.
I'm not understanding how you can argue when you haven't paid rent in over 2 years.
And he's offering
this house isn't free. Somebody doesn't pay property taxes. And I'm not even being sarcastic. It's a cost to the house.
Correct. That's why I've been in contact with the Housing Coalition. I've been trying to
The
purchase
Housing
this
Coalition
house.
doesn't own that house, and the Housing Coalition hasn't been paying the taxes, have they?
No. The Department of Treasury brought a letter to the door.
My father's the Wayne County Treasurer. I'm well in tune with what's going on in the Treasurer's office. I don't work there, but I hear it over dinner. I hear it all the time. All right. And I'm well aware for the last 15, 20 years before he was the treasurer. I know what's going on. I've owned a house in the past. I've filed evictions. I have a robe on now. So no, I'm not the treasurer. No, I didn't know anything about this case before it started. And I am here to be fair. But we have to speak a little bit of logic into this case. And we have plenty of time because it's afternoon. I'm fasting anyway. So we only have 4 cases. So this could be a termination of tenancy where you and your wife and your child could be without an ability to redeem. Based on his complaint that he has to stick to, if you pay
$1,700, nigga. It's not that
$1,700.
Jesus Christ.
You can stay in this house.
So I choose to not make that move because he already threatened me.
Wow.
I don't
Oh, this nigga dumb. His math is not mathing.
Go ahead.
I said his math is not mathing.
Hold on.
He thinking he's smart.
You're gonna pay 2 months rent or 2 years back rent for $100 difference in the rent in the monthly price.
Yo, Mayo, I was just doing the math and I'm like, wait, 2 years free. I'm using all my fingers and toes here. What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Nigga's stupid. This dude's cutting him a sweet deal. You only got to pay for my brother died, which is only been 2 months, so that's $1,700. It's not like he's asking you to pay a whole bunch of money, nigga.
The crazy part about it, $800 at $800 for 2 years is $20,000. He'd rather pay $20,000 than pay $1,700.
Sure do.
Yep. Apparently.
Not only that, if he doesn't want to take that, and he's gonna, I don't know if he said, okay, you got 10 days to move the fuck out. This is the judge. You got 10 days to move out. Since you don't want to accept $1,700, you got 10 days to move out.
And you owe $18,000 now.
He can file that against you. He can amend that and actually file that against you. Say you owe him over $20,000, which would look bad upon you if you're trying to go to rent somewhere else. Not only to mention that, you're gonna have an eviction on your record, so ain't no one gonna rent to you right away.
and all he got to do is
Oh,
pay
this nigga is dumb.
$1,700.
This nigga is dumb. This is what I tell women when people say, "Hey, make sure you find a good man that has all his faculties about him," because this nigga is dumb.
Hey, Black Thoughts, I got another question to ask you. On that straight pipe, don't you got to have a turn-off valve for that?
Well, I don't know. I was confused when he was saying straight pipe because I guess metering is different everywhere. And so I don't know what straight pipe. I don't know if they taking water from a hose bib outside. I don't know. But there normally is a shutoff, a main shutoff valve
I'm
to
gonna
the
tell you what
house.
he's, I'm gonna tell you what he's doing.
To the house. And then
you just going back right out there and cutting that bitch on.
Yeah, they literally cut the meter out and put a straight pipe in.
Yep.
Yeah, but you generally can't do that because the water it will run. You got to be shut off. If the city comes and shut it off, they put a lock on it.
Oh yeah. Oh, the shut off valve.
Yeah, because he said it wasn't a water meter. That's why I asked Black Thoughts, like, how do you run a? I wasn't trying to incriminate nobody, you know what I'm saying? But how you run a straight pipe from the?
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
Dude, I can buy a water wrench on Amazon.
You can buy it at Home Depot. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you can't cut the meter off that the city put on. That's actually a criminal offense.
Oh yeah, not legally.
Right. Right. But here's the thing: if the city can, and he claimed he called the city out.
Yeah. Well, he's a fucking liar. Come on now.
Right. And if you cut that meter and try to put some and just cut out the meter and put a piece of pipe, that means you doing it live. Does he got the pro press and the wherewithal to do all of that? I don't know.
Well, he is a contractor, so he could.
I guess so, man. It just seems a little funky.
Hey, I need you to run me a straight pipe, Nick. You know what I mean? we need you to cut the water. How much? I think our water bill is not that high. It's like $50. I don't know. You know.
50.
Oh, my wife said $40
That's it?
so it's like $40 for our water every month. So, and that's with sewage and shit. So,
really?
Yeah, and that's pool, 3 bathrooms. All it's like $40 a month.
My shit be fucking $200 a month.
You got gas though, right?
Huh?
Is your water and gas going on the same bill?
No, I don't got no gas.
Oh, you ain't got gas? Okay.
Yeah,
No,
my
I don't know.
My water's like $36 a month, and that's the base fee. I never even reached that limit.
Yeah,
I mean, but it's just you, Mayo. I got four.
Oh yeah, you got.
Well, we got a pool, nigga.
No, I know.
And you got all girls too, so.
Oh well, yeah. Water's running, the toilet's flushing, the laundry. Listen, my laundry is probably the bulk of my water bill, to be honest.
Yeah, that's probably yeah.
Because for some odd reason, these girls put something on for 5 minutes and it's dirty.
My youngest is the same as a girl. That nigga wear like 1,000 pairs of clothes a week. Nigga, I don't get it. Like, nigga,
yeah, I'll be like, what's going on?
Shit, where do all these fucking clothes come from? I just don't understand it. His whole bedroom. I know what I know what it is. When my wife cleans clothes, he leaves them in the basket, throws them on the floor, put them in the basket, bring them back downstairs, say they were dirty, so he doesn't have to put them away, fold them or anything like that. I think that's what it is. Yeah. But let's finish this guy because this nigga's acting stupid.
All right, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What would be your ideal situation?
You can have the house.
This nigga stupid.
If it belongs to him, I can remove myself from it. But no, I don't want nothing to do with this gentleman. Like I said, he already done rubbed me the wrong way when he threatened my life.
Wow.
Rubbed you the wrong way. He offered you
support for that and
such a
everything.
deal.
What'd you say?
I said rubbed him the wrong way. He just offered him like the deal of a lifetime. He's like 27,000 in the hole, and he tells him 1,700.
Yeah, this nigga's dumb. I told you, the niggas with dreads them long dreads seem to be stupid as fuck.
It's too tight. They need to loosen them bitches.
Something. God damn, it just sounds.
How time do you need to vacate?
30 days will be fine.
I would have gave him 5.
All right, Mr.
Can you ask Mr. Akron to stop following me? I shouldn't see him at grocery stores that I live at, and he lives in Westland.
You don't know what that nigga lives.
But we went to the grocery store before he went to check on you.
He probably did, but he never entered the grocery store. If you sit in the parking lot, the time I enter it is the time
I'm not making light of this, Mr. Wilson.
I'm just saying that things go sour and something happened to this gentleman.
Things aren't gonna go sour. You're not gonna threaten somebody underhandedly. No, you're threatening him. You're threatening him right now. I'm considering a threat because if things go sour, are you in control of your emotions?
Yes,
Mr.
I am, but
all right, well, things aren't gonna go sour then, are they? No, they're not. This is not going to be on the news for you being in somebody's house for 2.5 years and then being mad how they talk to you.
It ain't about how you talk to me. It's how you approach me and how you come off.
Get over it. You're living in a house for free, and you almost can negotiate an opportunity to stay in this house. But you're telling me that you don't. So I'm going to enter a judgment by hearing, which is what you requested. Remember, this is not what he requested. He's willing to enter into a lease with you.
And I would like to add too that I'm glad that you witnessed this, because like I said, when I approached this gentleman professionally, calmly, and everything, and just let him know what the situation was, and I told him, like I said, you see the receipts in front of you of the taxes being paid, and I told him I understand your concern, but the next time that you see me, I'm going to show you proof. And that's exactly what I did. I showed him the deed and everything. And it was his request, his statement, get the judge and bailiff involved. I asked the man, I said, what's going on with the house? You can see the other compliance certificates. I gave you like 3 copies of the other homes that I manage. Like I say, you know, everything that he's saying is totally untrue. But like I said, I'm glad that you witnessed this in his own record as far as the threatening behavior that he's showing. So, and like I say, I'm fine with it. You know, he can move. And just like I say, I was trying to get out. I wasn't even accounting for the 2 years that he hadn't paid. I just was going from February.
Jesus Christ.
When I got involved. That's it. But I'm good with it.
I just make sure. All right. Well, I'm going to enter judgment by hearing. You want to convert this to a termination of tenancy, or do you want to still keep that? Because
hey, he said it. He got 30 days. That's fine with me. Like I said, I gave him, like I say, the opportunity just to proceed, you know, to stay residing there, but he doesn't want to do that.
Court's going to convert this to a termination of tenancy. This will be a judgment by hearing. Mr. Wilson, you have to vacate by the 15th of May, 2023, or a writ can issue. No incidents between parties, obviously. And I wish you luck.
The judge said that at the first hearing on the 31st, and he approached me the next day.
Well, I'm not the other judge. I suggest you listen to me though, okay? I suggest you take the suggestion of not engaging in violence, like you have a right to engage in violence anyway. You don't have a right to do that anyway. So let's stop acting like it's a bargaining chip. Come on, man. Let's get serious. You got a family. You got to find a house in the month.
Bye, nigga.
Good luck, Mr. Wilson.
I appreciate
Good luck, Mr. I appreciate your honesty.
Hey,
you have a house.
That's all I have.
Who want to bet this nigga went to go live with his mama?
I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. He definitely wasn't in control of his emotions. But what did I say from the beginning when the video first started, when I was accused of being anti-dread? What was my first statement?
You sound like niggas with dreads. I get it. You got a bias. Niggas can grow hair. I get you. I understand.
I have to give, Your Honor.
All right. That's all I can ask. You have a great day.
See you later.
Better one. It's what we make it.
Right. Keep positive outlook. All right, Mr. Ackler, you can apply for a writ on the 16th of May.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, you all remain civil in the meantime.
Always, sir.
All right.
Yeah.
Take care of your child and your wife.
All right, get out of here.
God damn, man.
So Mayo the white man, what do you think of the darkies fighting?
It's ridiculous to see pride make you go from owing
20
back pay
though?
for 2 months to 24 months.
That's
based on stupid pride.
And you know they're gonna when he found that since his determination of tendency, that's an eviction.
Yeah.
And I guarantee they put the full amount on it.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Not the 1,700. They're gonna put the full amount.
Yep. And if the guy's smart, it'll wind up on his credit report if he files it right.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
And that's no way to start off life, man.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know if y'all remember the old granny who took jail time. She back. She better have a new attitude. Y'all remember when they took old granny to jail for being a sovereign citizen?
Oh no, I missed this one.
You missed that first one?
Yeah.
Oh man. White women.
Good afternoon once again. Are you Rosalind Ray Keenan? This is file 23915FY. Ms. Keenan is charged with resisting instructing a police officer and driving suspended. That allegedly occurred in the village of White Pigeon on May 16th.
White Pigeon. Damn.
We're gonna fog back roads in White Pigeon.
The defendant was arraigned on this.
This nigga Paul?
We had some discussion and I encouraged her to get an attorney to assist her with that. And she was not really in favor of that. But I said, well, let's appoint an attorney. You can discuss it with him and then determine how we want to proceed at that time.
That motherfucker
Ms.
got
Keenan,
that whistle list.
resisting instructing a police officer is a felony. It's punishable by up to 2 years imprisonment and a fine of up to $2,000. The driving charge carries 2 points, up to 93 days in jail, and a fine of up to $500, and it requires that your license be further suspended. When we were here earlier, Mr. Marvin had made what I consider to be a very generous plea offer, but we weren't able to get to that point.
How you doing, good sir? How are you?
I'm fine, man. Just dropped my son off at a little birthday party, and now I'm on my way to Lowe's to return some garbage.
This nigga, you always fixing some shit.
I'm always messing with some stuff, but definitely, whether I'm fixing it or not, is the question.
Well, that's true. Well, I gotta do branches tomorrow.
Man,
my whole shit down.
My whole lawn is so messed up. I gotta sod it. I got all types of stuff to do. So anyway.
So you chime in with the nigga boos on court cases today, huh?
I sure did, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, I did.
Did you listen to the other one that just passed by us?
No, man, because I just left the homie's crib dropping my son off, so I didn't see the last one.
Oh, okay, don't worry. It was nigga on nigga violence. Now it's white on white violence. It's okay.
Yo, the last one, old boy had the deal of a lifetime and let his foolish pride get in the way.
Yeah.
What was the deal?
So he was living in a house 2 years free. The owner died. The brother took over. The brother said, look, just pay me the last 2 months rent, which was $1,700, and we call it good, and you can keep living there. Old boy said, nah, he threatening me, and then right in the court started talking about, but basically started talking violence, nigga.
Yeah.
Shit. Started talking violence and was like, I don't want to live here. So I had the deal of a lifetime.
Stupid Nick.
$20K in back rent. 20K in back rent and thinks someone's gonna rent to him.
And all he wanted was 17.
All
Yes.
he wanted was 17.
All he wanted was
for the last
1700.
2 months that he took over for his dead brother, the landlord.
Are you serious?
An old
Yeah.
boy.
What's wrong with these? What's wrong with these niggas, man?
At the beginning of the case, I said, look at the way his demeanor is. He's feminine.
Yeah.
Guess what
Yeah,
the
he
judge
is.
says? Guess what the
What'd he
judge
say?
says?
What is that?
Are you in control of your emotions?
Hey, so he was in. So what you're saying is, Black thoughts he was in standing it mode.
Pretty
Standing,
much.
standing,
Pretty much.
standing. What's wrong with these dudes, man? These effeminate, female, acting ass niggas, man. What's wrong with these guys? If I knew that they had me dead to rights for $20,000, and you just said 1,700, man, I'm jumping on that deal. Stupid.
And 1,700 and a place to live.
And a place to live, I'm jumping on it. You couldn't stop me, but you know.
I gotta add something on to that for you two blacks. And the nigga wasn't paying water. He had a straight pipe.
Are you?
Yo, that's a fact. And he had no water bill. Yo, I ain't even think of that.
And admitted it in court.
Yeah.
So this nigga wasn't paying utilities, and he had, oh my God, man, oh my God, what's wrong with him, man? Yeah, pride, man. Pride goeth before the fall, man.
Yep.
These guys, they're stupid, dumb.
My man had the deal of all deals and
He
crumpled
did,
it up
bro.
and threw it away.
Yeah, because
said,
what the judge is gonna do is gonna make an eviction for. He did a tenancy termination, so that's gonna be $20,000 worth of eviction, $20,000 worth of his eviction, and now he thinks someone else is gonna rent to his ass. So
I guess he said, "Fuck it, I'm not paying it anyway."
Yeah, would you rent to a motherfucker that owed $20,000 in back rent?
Oh fuck no! I already learned my lesson in renting to a Section 8 bitch, and it took me 6 months to get that bitch out of there, man. Yeah, I would never, not a million years. Boy.
How many of you stop talking about Section 8 people like that? I was a
I'm
Section 8
sorry.
baby.
Yeah. I apologize for your reality. Listen. Let me tell you, man, I could go on and on about that story, but the moral of that story is, never trust Section 8. That's all I can say.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
It's not worth it, man.
Yo, here's the weirdest part. Her portion was probably $200-$300, probably less than that. But let's just say that. I don't get how these people can't handle that.
Because brother, they don't listen. Let me tell you a story. There's my wife's one of her closest friends she grew up with. Her mother has always been a deadbeat, man. I've been hearing stories about her mom. Anyway, her best friend has a house free and clear, man. She bought the house for like $8,000. It was one of those fixer-uppers. She fixed it up over years. It's an immaculate house. This woman stays in there rent-free and utility-free, everything, and still has the audacity to, when she walks into the house, her not say anything to her, not even a greeting. On top of that, she feeds her dog. She has this pug dog, this ugly ass little pug dog. She feeds this little pug dog human food, meaning she'll cook a week's worth of food for this little dog, of my wife's best friend's food, and feed it to this dog, and dares her daughter to say something about it. And guess what she's waiting on? Can anybody guess what this woman is waiting on?
A settlement.
Food stamps.
No, we're talking about it right now. What is she waiting on? Section 8. She's waiting on Section fucking 8, and refuses to get a job. Talks about how dejected and sad she is. And listen, this isn't the first time, man. This has been this lady's entire life, man. And so when you say to me, Black Thoughts, you don't understand how these people can't handle that, it's because they choose not to. They choose to be degenerates. They choose not to work, even though they are physically capable of doing it, and they just live off the fat of the land, aka the government. All of our tax money, and that goes to making sure that these people have a semblance of the American dream for free. They don't have to work for it whatsoever, and that's what this bitch does. And she's in her late 50s, of course, probably early 60s. So it's amazing.
So she's not even hireable anymore.
Nope, not hireable anymore. But she won't even work a reception job. Motherfuckers who are that age, they usually go and sit down somewhere as a secretary or a receptionist or work at Walmart or something. She won't even do that. So I'm just saying that's just an example. Huh?
That's because she has to stand, sir.
Yeah, fuck her. The point that I'm making is the point that I'm making is that this is carte blanche, man. This is par for the course. These people do this. They do that. They do this all the time, and I'm tired of it, man. I'm so tired of it. And so, I have no room for people like that in my life, man. You come around me doing some shit like that, you're liable to get shot.
All right. Why are you so angry? Do we need to give you the button too? We need to.
Hey, last time it was Black Thoughts. Today is me.
Yo, yesterday it was Resla.
I was.
Oh, it was Resla yesterday.
Man, Resla
came 2 days in a row with violence.
Yeah. 2 days in a fucking row.
Why? What's up?
I don't know, man. He said he had a good day and all. That nigga came in with the heat.
Boy, I was in there.
He was only here for probably about 20 minutes and left.
That's insane.
No, he wasn't. Yesterday, Rebel was
yesterday was resting for a long time.
Yeah.
But the day before, he wasn't in there that long time.
He said Resla chose violence that day.
2 days straight. 2 days straight.
That's hilarious. That's a wrestler, boy.
Well, let's get this shit going on this angry grandmama.
And so the matter was set for a preliminary examination today. A preliminary examination is a hearing where it must be established in order to go forward that there's probable cause to believe a crime was committed and probable cause that you did it. So I'll defer to you, Mr. Bush. Where are we here today?
Well, there's a number of issues for the court to hear. Ms. Keenan is asking for a 30-day adjournment so she can review the discovery. I believe she's been provided with most of the discovery, but that is her request. There is
just Mr. Marvin, are there video?
Everything that I have, she has.
Including video?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know that she may have. I have it. Okay. Put it that way. There's a very short police report and some audio visual evidence.
All right. Ms. Keenan, is that true? You're going to ask to adjourn this matter 30 days?
I was asking, requesting that from him.
Okay. Well,
I put it in writing in an email and asked a few things, but.
Well, and I told her that I would make that request.
I mean, we just met and we really haven't had a chance to go through any of this.
Mr. Marvin, what's your thought?
First of all, I just want to make it clear that the offer is still available to resolve this. I do have a problem though with pulling Officer Hansen off the job as many times as we have. This has been, I'd say he's spent at least 4 hours sitting here waiting for these, and this has been one adjournment after the next. I don't know what a 30-day adjournment would do. I don't know for what reason. There's nothing that I could see that hasn't been explained. I don't know if it's going to do anybody any good. I think we're going to be back in the same boat.
Well, we may. Yeah, I felt your plea offer was very generous. It would result essentially in no conviction.
That's right.
And it would take the driving charge away.
Yes, and also I recently found out that that's been restored anyway. So part of my offer was get that restored, and then I will. There'll be a plea to a attempt R&O, and then that will be dismissed if there's smooth sailing for I would ask for about 6 months, but at any time before then, I plan on dismissing this.
Miss Keenan and I had a pretty animated discussion the first day. And then the second day, it was much more subdued, and I encouraged her to get an attorney to help her. She has a profound misunderstanding of how Michigan law works, both in the criminal code and the traffic code. I refer to these people as borough groves. They're commonly referred to as sovereign citizens, but I don't find any sovereign in it. She certainly is a citizen. So, Miss Keenan, I don't know enough about this. I wasn't there. You were there, and you experienced what you experienced. Apparently, there's video of it. Mr. Marvin has offered for a plea and a deferral and a dismissal. I'm pleased to hear you have your driver's license back, so I won't be dealing with that issue in the future, but you were allegedly suspended at the time of this. If you get convicted of the driving suspended charge, it's gonna undo what you just did. It's gonna take your license away. And Mr. Marvin's not really looking for that, but that could be the result of this. So what more do you want, Ms. Keenan?
Is this to be brought on record what my asking of this man here in an email was?
Yes, what are you asking for?
I asked for a 30-day continuance so that I could put things together to defend my rights, to defend myself, not to excuse anything else, but to.
Do you want Mr. Bush to represent you in this matter?
I have been wanting
Okay.
to, but I want to be able to get to know him a little bit better, because we did have a back-to-back magnet effect on some issues
Well,
today.
and I envisioned that whoever got appointed to this would clash with you, because you have, and I can't tell whether these are sincerely held beliefs or just part of a contrary lifestyle. Whoever is providing you with this information, as I said, isn't doing you any favors. And I'm not even sure the people that in fact, I doubt that the people that originally this stuff even believe it. It's so nonsensical. Admiralty law and code of civil procedure and things that just didn't apply to this. But I do apologize. Officer Hanson's been here multiple times. But if 30 days could help resolve this, rather than bind this over to circuit court on a felony charge, maybe it's worth it. Let's see, Mr. Bush, when your next duty week is. Now, you can hire a lawyer if you wish, but I don't think you're gonna be able to do that. You're not gonna be able to pay anybody money to try to provide the defense that you want. They just will decline to accept you as a client because they don't need that aggravation. In fact, I would be amazed if you could find somebody that you could hire that's a licensed attorney in the state of Michigan that would pursue the kind of defenses that you want. Plus, you don't have a lot of money, and so you're eligible for court-appointed counsel anyway. But I would tell you to go hire your own lawyer. We're not gonna be able to find one. And if I appoint someone other than Mr. Bush, you're gonna have the same issues you have with him that you're having with Mr. Bush. I'm gonna continue this for a prelim. How about if we set a pre-exam conference so we don't have to drag Officer Hanson in here?
That's reasonable. If you just set it on my duty week for pre-exam.
Well, the problem is your duty week isn't way until the end of September.
I don't know that, Judge.
You don't have another duty week till December 25th. That's why I'm going about 30 days. I'll set a pre-exam conference for August 15th. At 8:30. That way you don't need a subpoena, don't need to drag Deputy Hanson in here. If the matter is resolved, we can deal with that. If it isn't, we can schedule a preliminary examination at that time. So,
how many times does this bitch need to motherfucking reschedule? This is insane. Mayo, what's wrong with your people, man? Why
Man,
these judges
this is just sovereign bullshit.
It's insane.
And it's just delay in hopes that the court gets tired of it. But they're already going to let her off.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand why she, you know what? I don't know.
She wants to put on her little sovereign citizen show in front of the court, which means nothing, which will have no bearing on nothing, but pissing off the judge.
Well,
and wasting the court's time.
What do you think, Black Thoughts? I know you're in tune with these white people like that.
I don't know why she's wasting time. That's all she's doing is looking to piss everybody off until they say, you know what, bitch, do 30 years.
That's what she's waiting on. Do 30 years? Damn. Atticus, you awake? OG do dirty?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I'm here.
They should have to, if they ask for a continuance, they should pay all the fees.
I thought they have to pay for the court
for
costs
the
that
date
they
wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the actual cost.
Well,
that's what I was thinking too, Mayo. That like these people should have to pay for that.
They should have to pay for the light and the heat in the courtroom. They should have to pay for the judge's lunch if lunch falls between the case.
Damn.
That's how you stop this bullshit.
Well, they'll never do that. But I mean, I agree with the sentiment. So I'm not even want to play no more of this. They know they're gonna continue this dumb bitch. Or I don't give a fuck that she old, bitch. Stop. No one wants to hear this shit no more. They would have just gave you a motherfucking. She wouldn't have got nothing. I don't understand it.
And she would lose. And she will lose her license if she continues.
Yep.
That's
what I'm. Yeah.
That shit's dumb. So this is a black judge, Judge Boyd. I like her a lot. She's a no nonsense judge, with some sense that doesn't for OG do dirty. She doesn't boast and brag about how long she's been on the bench, you know. So this must be acceptable for you, my dear good friend.
The real telltale sign is whether she's for the sisterhood or not.
I don't think so.
That's
I don't think
fact.
so.
100% fact.
Okay, well, I will let y'all be the judge of this. I'm just gonna sit back and watch with y'all. But we're gonna make sure we do that when y'all.
So
get
what
angry.
I can tell you right now, I'm going to give you a choice. Sometimes I can't give people choices. It depends on what the case is and what's going on. You can either be continued and go into inpatient treatment, or either you can go to the state jail facility for 18 months. Which would you prefer?
If she's a sovereign citizen, she's going to pick jail.
All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 9151W, State of Texas versus Jamie Lozano. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Gearhead, Your Honor. Robert Maurer for defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Jamie Lozano?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled motion to revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jamie Lozano who's placed on community supervision in 2022 CR 9151W for the offense of burglary of a building with intent to commit theft on September 23rd, 2022 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 2, on or about the 19th day of October 2022 in Burke County, Texas. The defendant, Jamie Lozano, is in
Oh, they in San
using a
Antonio.
controlled substance, namely methamphetamine, in violation condition number 2.
Oh, she was on meth.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Did you understand by pleading to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 2 true. And I'm sorry, defense, any objection to the state's waivers?
No, Judge.
All right, is there an agreement?
No, there's not, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
The state would just recommend revocation.
Defense, what are you requesting?
So Judge, last time we heard the court had or ordered an evaluation for Ms. Lozano for mental health, and she didn't qualify for DDRF or any of the other mental treatment programs. The probation department's recommendation was SATIF. Ms. Lozano wanted to address the court about her request to be continued.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jamie Lozano.
All right, did you want to question her or?
Judge, I figured it'd be easier if she could just explain to the court what she's seeking and why she's seeking it. So
right,
explain
yes.
to the judge what she told me. No, Judge.
Thank you.
I have a 15-year-old son that I'm raising alone with my family helping me, and I'm the.
Then you're not raising your 15-year-old.
Well, I mean, like without his father. His father's never been in the picture.
You're mumbling. You need to stop mumbling because the court reporter needs to hear, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, you may continue.
Oh, well, I just want to go back on probation. I told the probation officer that day that I was coming up dirty, and then, that I was sorry, and I've been sober since then. And my sister and my family is all sober.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. OG Do Dirty and Black Thoughts.
I ain't gonna lie to you. So far, I like them.
So far.
Yeah, so far I like her. She ain't said nothing wrong. She ain't took nothing personal. I mean, I can understand the case. I mean, I'm interested. I mean, I don't want to tell you.
All right, cool.
Yeah, she doing good. She
Who is
even
your
told
sister?
her.
She's present, Judge. She's a person in the Air Force. She's in the Air Force.
She was across the
She
street.
told her she wasn't raising a child by herself.
Yeah, she told her that, and she also told her, "Look, speak up. Stop trying to act like you don't know what you're doing. You knew what you was doing when you was robbing the place. And all of a sudden, you coming in court. You can't speak, do nothing."
That's a fact.
For sure.
So what do you think should happen to you for testing positive?
I mean, I came back to jail and I've been sitting there and I've been reading my books.
No, my question, listen to my question. What do you think should happen to you for testing positive? I do remember you. Your hair color has changed. So what are you requesting? What do you think you should happen? You tested positive.
I'm not sure what the options are for that. I was already gotten back sober, but I don't mind going to classes. I do. They had said they recommend counseling, and I would love to do counseling.
All right. So what I can tell you right now, I'm going to give you a choice. Sometimes I can't give people choices. It depends on what the case is and what's going on. You can either be continued and go into inpatient treatment, or either you can go to the state jail facility for 18 months. Which would you prefer? But either way, you're not leaving this courtroom and you're not leaving custody.
This is my first time ever coming up.
My question is, do you prefer 18 months in the state jail facility or inpatient drug treatment? Which do you prefer?
You ain't going nowhere.
Sure. All right, we're back on the record in 2022 CR 9151W, State of Texas versus Jamie Lozano. All right, Ms. Lozano, Have you had a chance to discuss your options with your attorney?
Yes.
All right. So which do you prefer? 18 months in the state jail facility or inpatient?
I will say she been crying like a motherfucker. When you
And
see
she
that
crying
whole,
because she's not crying because she's going to jail. She crying because she got to go to rehab.
she got to go somewhere besides where she want to go. That's what she crying for. She ain't got no motherfucking options that she can relate to. That's the problem.
She
She
crying
don't
because she
get to
got to
get
go
what
to
the fuck she
rehab.
want. That's what she crying for. She ain't get what the fuck she want. That's insane. Them eyes are swelled the fuck up.
Yeah, but you
Treatment.
see how that judge checked her though?
Yeah.
I want
Yeah, she did right. I like her.
I cannot hear you.
I said I want the outpatient that was recommended, but I guess I'll have to take the.
No, I mean, you're not doing outpatient treatment.
It wasn't recommended. Inpatient was recommended.
Inpatient treatment was recommended. Here's the thing, Ms. Lozano, you were here before me previously, and at that time, I believe you had green, purplish hair.
No,
Your hair was not blonde.
it was yellow.
Yellow. Okay. So you were here before me. So I remember you. And I thought then that you had drug issues. And what I said at that time was, we will try it your way. And so you were given a chance to be in the free world and not use, but you used. There are consequences for actions. And people seem to think that the consequence for the actions is to cry and beg to get what they want. If everybody could write their own program when they have a drug problem, you wouldn't be here because you would have written your program and you would do great on it. And I can say that if I could write my own weight loss program and have it work, guess what? I wouldn't continue to eat the pecan turtle ice cream that they have, the HEB brand, which they're out of now. And that's not because of me. So what I'm going to do is you are going either to inpatient treatment and you're going to SATF. Is that what they're
That's the
recommending?
recommendation.
All right. And I'll have you referred to felony drug court. If felony drug court accepts you, then you can go to felony drug court. But if they do not, you're going to SATF. And what I can tell you is felony drug court is not going to accept you if you come with your idea that I only used one time.
I didn't use one time.
Let her talk.
And let me just tell you, the problem is your sister and other people who are in the military, living their life, doing what they're supposed to do, they want what's best for you. And they want to believe you. But my experience with people who are addicted, they tell great stories. And sometimes I'm listening to it and I'm like, that sounds very believable. Maybe they did go to outer space. Maybe the moon is made of green cheese or blue cheese because it sounds so believable. And your relatives want to believe you, but you need to get your life together. It's currently not, it's chaos. And I'm trying to help you with the chaos.
That was not my life. I was already starting my business that I've already started.
No,
I was.
Because you know why? You know why I know that was your life?
And I had returned, that was in October, in between October and then I got sober and I was living with my parents in order to help me get.
You know why I know your life is chaos? Because you're here in a felony court for a felony charge.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
You're here in a felony court for a felony charge.
Yes, I understand.
So
It's my
again,
house.
if you don't want the treatment, you can just do your 18 months. You'll do your 18 months, you'll be done, and you can make whatever treatment plan you want to. So, do you want the 18 months in the state jail facility or do you want treatment? That's either yes or no. If you don't want treatment, then I will not give it to you. Somebody else will take advantage of it. And you can do your 18 months. You can mark your days off on your calendar. You'll get credit for any time that you've already been in custody for this case. And you can mark 18 months of your life off on the calendar. And then when you get out, maybe your sister or somebody will take you in. Maybe you will not use any more drugs. It's completely up to you. Do you want the inpatient treatment or do you want to do your 18 months? Which would you prefer?
Bitch, stop turning around. Answer the goddamn question. Oh, I can't stand these hoes.
No, here's the thing. Your sister can't turn around. Turn around. Your sister cannot want treatment for you more than you want it.
I was doing treatment already out there.
All right, I'm going to help you out because I see you need help.
Like I do want the
I'm going to sentence you to 18 months. I'm going to grant the motion. I'm going to grant the motion, sentence you to 18 months in a state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. There's a $500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Counsel, I'll retain jurisdiction.
I'll talk to her sister about that, Judge. I don't see a whole lot of point with it.
All right. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? All right. You have a limited.
Yes, sir.
All right. You have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal as it relates to the allegation and the motion, not the fact that you're on probation. Do you understand?
No.
All right, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition.
Oh.
If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. And what is her sister's name? All right. And what's her rank?
I'm not sure her rank right now.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. What's your rank? All right. So I want to let you know that I appreciate your coming in here. Sometimes you can't give help to people when you offer it. They have to want it. And if they want it and they have issues, I will give it to them. So don't think that this is your fault. You've done everything that you can do. Thank you.
Will you hand me my screen box?
Hi, bitch.
Yeah, I like her.
I knew she was going to end up with 18 months. I knew it. You could see it coming.
That bitch, she couldn't just take inpatient. I don't get these bitches because it's usually the inpatient is probably 6 months at the most, if that.
She probably thinking, well, if I go to jail, I'll get drugs.
Well, we know that they're gonna get drugs in jail.
Yeah, she just wants to do meth.
Yeah, that's it.
That's her decision making is I want to do meth. And I can either not do meth in inpatient treatment for what, 8-9 weeks?
Yeah,
or I can do meth in jail selling
for
my
18
coochie.
months.
That bitch is insane. There is no motherfucking way. And I'm doing 18 months in jail.
So I guess we see how much she cared about the kids she brought up.
Yeah, she didn't give two shits like she wasn't supposed to. Your ass didn't care about them kids when your ass was doing a crime. So why should someone care about your kids now?
It's like a running. It's a running theme today, like everybody not accepting accountability, and it ends up screwing them over in the end.
I didn't even think of it
It's
like
not
that.
screwing. They're screwing themselves over.
Yeah.
The system is bending over backwards to help them.
Yeah, the only thing it asks is for accountability, and not a damn one of them will admit to any of it.
Well, and rehab isn't even accountability.
Right.
No, that's a favor. That's a fucking favor.
And she ain't got to pay for that shit.
Nah.
True story.
I mean, good Lord.
I would have just took my ass to jail too, so I can get these drugs in my system. I'm all about these drugs, bitch.
It seems like everyone likes it the hard way, huh?
Yeah, apparently. They're all masochists.
You ain't said
Judicial masochists.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know if you was here if you seen this one. I literally pulled this away for you. I know how much you like Black Fathers, their Black Thoughts. I literally played this for you, but you wasn't here, so I'm gonna let you watch it again. I'm gonna let you watch it.
Before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to R-Bean. R-Bean, thank you so much for supporting this channel, as well as everyone else contributing to the channel as well. You can support this channel.
I know. I was just pointing that out.
Two, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not subscribed to this channel yet. Make sure you give all the videos a thumbs up, and you can also contribute to the Cash App just like R-Bean. The link is below in the description. In today's video, I got a quick update on the famous twins out of Alabama, as well as my thoughts on the 34-year-old father out of Baton Rouge Parish, Louisiana, who lost his life after an altercation with his 14-year-old daughter's 17-year-old boyfriend. But first, I want to bring your attention to a father out of Michigan who literally walked through the fire to save his twin daughters. Here's the article here from Fox 2 in Detroit. It says man saves twin girls from house fire, but family loses everything. Ray Lucas said he and his girlfriend had just run to the corner gas station early this past Saturday morning. He says they were only gone for 15 minutes or so. When he got back, the house was on fire. Lucas said the house was engulfed in smoke. I saw my mom and my niece were standing at the door and they were frantic. Frantic because, according to Ray, he says they knew that his twin 18-month girls, Milan and Malaysia, were still inside sleeping in the basement. The young father said that he knew he had to get his babies out, and that's all that went through his head. He could not see anything, but he was able to find his babies due to his memory. He knew where they were at in the basement, so he just followed the same route. And luckily, the two girls, they made it out. They spent some time in ICU, all three of them suffering from burns. It's a miracle that Ray can even see because he was temporarily blind for 3 days. Doctors initially thought he lost his sight. Ray said that his niece got out of the house, but then she ran back upstairs inside of the house to grab a phone and then jumped from the window to get back outside.
How much sense does that make?
Now, I got a question here.
Go ahead.
So the kids were left alone in the house?
No.
No, they was with somebody's mother and niece.
His grandmother and niece.
Okay. Because when it said they were standing at the door like they were trying to get in.
No,
they saved themselves and was like, fuck them kids. And the niece went in and she was like, not my iPhone.
God.
Okay, I made.
Shit.
Am I wrong?
No. So I was like this. This
No,
shows
sir.
you the state of our children today. That these motherfuckers will put their life in danger for a piece of plastic.
That's a fact.
She didn't go down there and grab them little babies, but she went up there and grabbed the phone.
Yep.
Let's not forget the grandmother. I don't know how old the grandmother is, but she obviously was able enough to get her ass up out of there.
She ain't that damn old.
She ain't that damn old. That's a fact. So, let's continue. Let's continue.
So now they have a GoFundMe up. At the time of this recording, they had raised just under $100,000. The title of the GoFundMe that was set up by a woman named Gwendolyn, it says, Mom devastated, her twins and dad burned in fire. So the mom they're talking about is Cheyenne Brown. She's the mother of those twin babies. She and Ray Lucas, the father, they're both 23 years old, and the girls are a year and a half, 18 months. When I saw this story, the first thing I thought is this is why men are needed, ladies. Ray Lucas isn't a high value man, but he's a man. He worked every day like an average man, and you had his mama and niece both at the house, but neither one of them thought, let's save the babies. And his mom said she was thinking, let me save myself. And then I'm gonna wait for a man to come and go save those babies. Luckily, the father got there in time. He walked through the smoke and fire to save those two baby girls. And you guys know what would have happened if no man had been there. And the females here concerned with their phones and themselves if they had to wait on a fire truck. We have a lot of modern women these days. They're lonely with their dogs and cats. The police and firemen can't always save you or get there in time. Women, you need your personal protection there. And that's your man, not the policeman, not the fireman, but your man. He's your first line of defense. Special shout out to Ray Lucas, 23-year-old black man who walked through the fire to save his baby girls. This young heroic father was severely burned while saving these twin babies. He sustained second and third degree burns to his face, eyes, neck, arms, and other parts of his body. In addition to smoke inhalation, their house was completely destroyed. The family lost absolutely everything in the fire. And you have Ray, who is now worried because he can't go back to work due to the extent of his injuries. Now, let's get into the 34-year-old father of Baton Rouge Parish in Louisiana who lost his life after a confrontation with his 14.
Did the GoFundMe say mom devastated after daughters and father burned?
Yes. Something like that.
So we're just going to completely disregard the father of the children and make it seem like it's the mother and her father.
She's the victim.
Yeah, and that her father is burned and she's devastated. That's basically what the GoFundMe is saying.
Sure, I guarantee they gave more of the story inside of it. It's just the title of it is "Mother Devastated by the Father and Daughter, or Father and Daughters being burned."
But the title speaks of their first thought.
Exactly.
Okay.
On the situation.
How did I know you niggas was gonna go straight to the negative? Y'all niggas ain't shit, man.
No, well, here's something else I want to point out. As fucked up as this gonna sound, and the father got really burned, he did what he was supposed to do.
No, that's a fact.
Like that, I mean, that's just what is supposed to be done.
Yeah. What I thought was interesting that they didn't have a
fire alarm.
No, not a fire alarm, but an exit from the basement.
Well, it probably wasn't meant to be a bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. But even then, there's supposed to be an exit from the basement. I thought so. I thought that was code that it has to have an exit.
Only if it's considered a bedroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I've got the drainage wells
in
my basement, and my third bedroom down there. There's actually a ladder.
Okay.
So they can get out of the well.
Because I'm like this. That's fucked up that it didn't have an exit point from the basement, because I thought that was up to code that it has to be an exit in every basement. But that was back when I was looking at some of the codes and shit.
But it's probably an illegal basement too. Like that's probably not.
Oh yeah, it's an illegal bedroom. That's for damn sure.
Well, he's 23 and he bought a house, so that's showing he's doing what he's supposed to.
Oh, and that GoFundMe now is up to $491,000.
Well, that's good.
And I hope the father controls that.
I was just gonna say, Mayo.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. So, but some female named Gwendolyn did it for him. So I don't know if that's the mother of the daughter or whoever. But I mean, right now it's supposed to be meant for them. So I know there's a clause in the GoFundMe that it's supposed to go to the people it's meant to go to, no matter who sets it up.
That's crazy. And the mother said, "Listen, I was concerned with saving myself."
Yeah, but let's be honest, right? I don't know where the fire started. Say it started with her, near her, or up where she was at. Your first thought ain't gonna be to save nobody. I'm sorry, it's not, niggas, to get the fuck out. But that's neither here nor there. I would have went back in and made sure everyone else came out, because obviously the niece came out. But to leave the daughters of the baby girls in there that can't do for themselves was ridiculous.
And the niece went back in for the cell phone.
Yeah, and jumped out.
And jumped out of a second-story window.
So that means a fire was started upstairs.
No, the fire actually started in the basement. It was an electrical fire. That's what the GoFundMe says. It started in the basement electrically. So they
left them babies to die for real.
They sure did.
They left them babies
to
die.
You know what it was? It was the Chinese extension, 12 socket extension cord.
You ain't shit, man. You don't know that for sure.
Sir, it's an electrical fire.
That don't mean shit.
I would damn near guarantee it.
Hey, I had electrical fire in my apartment. It had nothing to do with no extension cords.
How much shit did you have plugged into one outlet, sir?
I had every outlet had a plug in it. One plug, no extensions into it.
That's rare, then, sir.
Well, the fire actually started in the wall, so that's where it actually. I guess there was. I don't know what the fuck it was, but this is some older ass apartments at the point in time. But I was back in the day. But yeah, let's continue.
Your daughter's boyfriend. His name was Desmond Hamilton, native of Zachary, Louisiana. He worked as a supervisor at Exxon Lubrication, that's an oil refinery in West Baton Rouge Parish. Shout out to the great people of Louisiana and the men working at those oil plants. Money. Salute to them, because that's a very dangerous job. But men like Desmond, they do the necessary work along with the truck drivers that work in that industry as well to help keep the nation moving and civilized. Desmond was dedicated to his family as well as his church and community. He was the owner of the Sweet Corner established in 2020 and was in the process of opening his first location in his community before his tragic demise. Father of four. I believe he had one son, 3 daughters. His oldest child, the 14-year-old daughter, at the center of this whole story. She had been sneaking her boyfriend in the house on numerous occasions. The family used to live in an apartment complex where the boyfriend would use a ladder to get to the girl's room. And even when the father was able to buy a house in a nice, quiet community away from the Pookies and Ray Rays, his daughter kept communicating with her boyfriend. The father told him not to come to the house, stay away from there, and the teenager did not listen to him. His daughter kept inviting him back as well. Early Sunday morning, July 18th, the father found the boy at the house again. Like before, he used a ladder to get to the second floor to Desmond's daughter's room. Desmond told the boy to come downstairs. At some point, an argument started between the father and his daughter and her boyfriend, and then both the father and the boyfriend pulled out weapons. Both of them hit. Desmond passed away at his own house. The boyfriend was taken to the hospital. He's facing a lot of charges from the situation. And now you have 3 other kids that have to live with the fact that their father is gone because
they
they're
have to live with the fact that their motherfucking sister's a fucking hoe. That's what they got to live with. But, this is a nigga bitch community that we got.
His older sister wouldn't follow their father's rules. He did not want the boy at his house, which is why he had to sneak around in the first place. Desmond, a hardworking man, stand-up father, trying to protect his children from any harm or from making bad decisions, like his rebellious daughter, and now he is gone. The 14-year-old girl, she had a father. He was there attempting to protect her, but it's a very high chance that her boyfriend, a 17-year-old boy, he did not have a father, which is probably why it was hard for him to listen to this man and follow authority when he was telling him not to come to his house on numerous occasions. Desmond was trying to do the right thing. He wanted to look out for his daughter, but at the same time, he didn't want to get this young boy in trouble. He didn't want to call the police on him. He figured that they were teenagers doing what teenagers do. He just didn't want to end up with a pregnant daughter or anything else happening, because just 17 years ago, Desmond was 17, the same age that his daughter's boyfriend is now. So he was trying to handle this situation on his own without involving the police, and I see what he was trying to do. Fathers risk their lives every day protecting their rebellious daughters. No different from the stepfather of the famous twins out of Mobile, Alabama. Reported on them a few weeks ago. Check out the video here if you missed it for the full details. I'll leave the link below. But the twerking, rapping TikTok twins were in a dispute involving unemployment money. Sister Sway and Allie. Allie was upset with her sister Sway boyfriend. She was able to get her stepdad to confront him. It ended with the boyfriend offing the stepdad and mistakenly striking their friend Bree, who was also there. Bree's boyfriend got mad and wanted to retaliate, but went to the wrong house. Ended up taking out an innocent elderly man who had nothing to do with this, lived on the other side of town. At the time of the last video, the stepfather and elderly man, we knew that they had passed away already. But their friend Bree was in critical condition at that time. Unfortunately, that woman, their best friend Bree, who was at the house, who was hit mistakenly, she also lost her life as well. So we have 3 people in the grave over these twin shenanigans and 2 men behind bars. But these twins are not being held accountable. In that previous video, I called them out on their ratchet behavior and how they're at the center of all of this. But you have Black women like this one right here who believed as a Black woman, I shouldn't be saying anything about this. Andrea wrote this to me. She said, no, I don't condone in what they have led to happen, but as a Black woman, I will not bash them. They are young and they're going to make mistakes. Sounds like you hating on them. They got to live.
What is that called there, Black thought?
What?
Yo, I'm telling you, what is happening here?
They're young and let them be whores is what I heard.
But the thing is make mistakes like, oh, they stole a candy bar from the bodega and got caught.
Not they got 3 people nuked.
3 people are dead and 2 are in
over an
prison.
unemployment check.
Over $300. And two people are in prison, I'm not gonna bash them. They make mistakes.
Them some pretty big fucking mistakes.
Yo.
No, sir, they've made the ultimate mistakes.
Good Lord.
These are your black queens there.
OG Do Dirty.
Nah.
With what has happened, and trust and believe is not going to be a good feeling, and they are being punished enough. It's sad to see someone much older and wiser than them that has already made their mistakes sit there and make a video for clout and likes. A wiser person will point out, not bash, the mistakes they made so other women won't make the same mistakes. Here we have 3 people in the grave and 2 people in prison for the drama created by these twins. And this woman said I was hating. I'm still trying to figure out what exactly am I hating on, by the way. Every time somebody points out the obvious and hold people accountable, the first thing people say is, you're hating. Hating on what? There's no part of this story that I would want to happen in my life. So what is it to hate on? And yeah, people make mistakes in their lives and they should be held accountable. But most people don't go around making mistakes, playing around with weapons and causing 3 people to lose their lives. This situation was manipulated, and one of the twins, they set this situation up. She said that they're already being held accountable. They're suffering enough. How are they suffering when they're free and they are not locked up and they have not been charged with anything? How are they suffering? Pointing out what they did here, that's the most that's going to happen to them. Because women like this, they're never held accountable. And from the looks of it, because I'm a black woman, according to this lady, I shouldn't be holding them accountable either. And she's talking about mistakes. People even have to deal with the consequences of their mistakes. 5 people's lives gone. But they get to get on social media every day and twerk and rap and talk crazy. They get to move on with their lives. But these 5 people, they won't. And just like Sister Sharza Ali said, everyone is able to be held accountable for things except for black women. When you call out black women, it's an issue. Everyone else can be called out though. And it's up to other black women to stand up and do the right thing. And so, you know what? I'm going to continue to do that. Condolences to all of the people involved in these tragedies. Many blessings to the brother out of Michigan, Ray Lucas, 23 years old, and his baby girls. If you want to see more content like this, you can support this channel by hitting up the cat.
So what do you think about the nigga bitches?
Hey, go back to where the stepfather was standing with the 2 girls.
Mayo,
he had his arms around them.
Mayo, I caught it and I thought it was just me.
No, he's knocking them off.
No. Go back further before the tweet.
Yeah.
Or the message. Mayo, I thought the same thing. I was like, the way he holding them don't look right.
Hold on, I gotta find it.
Yeah.
Right there, right? Is that it? I don't know, but first of all, they dressed super inappropriate, and I wouldn't be that close. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Well, anyone.
I think he's knocking them off.
Do Dirty, go ahead. OG, that's on you.
Man, say it's crazy, man. Give me a second real quick.
I'm gonna say I didn't look at it like that, but he doesn't technically have his hands on them. They're kind of away from him. So I couldn't say he's knocking them off, but I do think it's inappropriate to have your hands around women that are dressed so ironly clad. That's
I think it's pretty inappropriate to let your 15-year-old dress like that.
Those are not 15-year-olds. Are they 15-year-olds? They're not 15. These are grown women.
I don't think they are.
Yeah, they're adults.
You sure?
Yeah, these hoes is adults.
What are they? TikTok twins? That's the name of these 2 menaces?
Yeah, TikTok twins. Rapping TikTok twins. I don't fucking know. I thought they were adults.
Something up.
I don't think they're fucking kids.
I thought they were like 15 or 16.
No. These hoes is grown. These hoes is grown, bro. They gotta be in their 20s. First off, look at the tattoos all over them. I know they grown.
That don't mean nothing, sir.
Don't mean
They
shit
don't?
today. Not today.
I thought they had to be.
All they got to do is have parental permission.
Well, that's true. I mean, you could have had it back then, but.
And plus, how many guys doing this shit in their living room?
I don't know. I'm not getting any tattoo from nigga that working on the living room. I'm sorry, that's not.
Me neither. I ain't getting no tattoos anyway.
And all this on B and Megan Thee Stallion and just a modern day black queen. This is what they do.
I think they grown. Let me look. I'm looking at this bitch.
And that shit is wholly inappropriate. Go back to
If
the
that's some
beginning.
15, if that's some 15-year-old girls that he's wrapped his arms around like that, something's wrong.
Even if they grown, something wrong.
Well, don't say no. I'm reading the story, but I'm not getting any ages.
Yeah.
What's their name on TikTok?
I don't know. It just says I typed in TikTok twins murder and then something with their father. The murder of the father, stepfather came up. I'm not really. I don't know. They're not giving no ages.
No, they wouldn't show their face if they were young. If they're under.
You know what? That's true.
So, but they're being investigated still, so it's not. Oh, that was in March. Yo. Anyway, they're being investigated. Then they send them home, so they got away with it. But you know how that shit happens.
That's crazy. You know, hey, what did Shahrazad Ali say? Everyone's allowed to be examined but them.
That's a fact. All right, so I have this last fucking video right here.
Alabama famous TikTok twins plead for donations after father's death.
Yeah, you see
insane,
that,
right?
Of course. Oh, and I bet you they made a lot of money.
How much you think they made?
When this story was published, it was 20,000.
What they got right now? That was in March when it was published.
It says 2,000 now. That's odd.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's get into Judge Simpson.
So my understanding on the Philpott matters, we're doing two different things.
I believe, yes, because criminal sexual conduct will be a waiver. I'm waiting for that to happen, then I'll let the victim call.
Okay.
And holding the exam on the CCW felony possession.
Got it. Court does call the case of the people of the state of Michigan versus Philpott on first call case 22F11141. That's the CSC matter.
Good afternoon, Amy Reiser, appearing on behalf of the people.
Kyle Murphy, PA 3879 on behalf of Mr. Philpott, who is present to my right.
All right. All right, this is going to be a waiver.
I believe so, Your Honor. Today is the time and date set for the preliminary exam in this matter, and we are ready to proceed to preliminary exam. It's my understanding that the defendant is electing to waive his right to a preliminary exam, and the people would also waive.
All right. Sir, is that a correct statement? You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people have to show by probable cause that the offense alleged was committed and that you committed it. And you understand that you will not have that hearing on this case and that you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution. Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over on the single count in that case. Mr. Murphy. Circuit Court arraignment, you waive presentation and reading of the information.
Yes, Your Honor.
How does your client plead to that charge?
They were just arrested again.
What did you say?
I said they're 22 now, and that shooting happened back in 2021.
Yeah, it happened in 21.
And they've been arrested at least twice since then.
Well, they've been degenerates. We know that. Did you think they wasn't gonna be arrested again? Did you think they got on the straight and
Oh
narrow,
no.
ma'am?
Oh no. No.
I mean, come on. We all know that women are the most unheld accountable people on earth. So,
Check cash, David. My daughters wouldn't be dressed like that. I don't play those type of games.
yeah, no one would.
I don't.
No, dude, that was just some sick looking shit right there. 'Cause that looked like it was taken at like a high school football game or something.
Something.
I mean, and that's your dad, bro. You should cover yourself up. Even if you call me a stepdad, cool. That motherfucker raised y'all. Have some respect for the man.
Unless he's holding a coat over you in that position. No.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Judging by the way they are, he might be the 6th or 7th stepdad.
Maybe. I don't know.
You know what I mean? I hate to say it like that, but you know their mother's a degenerate.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't even in the picture, so we would.
Yeah, where is the mother?
Yeah, she didn't give a fuck about her husband dying. That's crazy. It's crazy. All right.
Had been arrested
And
following
then
the shooting
having
that was caught on Facebook
informal reading,
Live.
pleading not guilty, court will enter that not guilty plea. Pretrial in this matter will be set
August 10th at 1:30 p.m. with Judge O'Brien.
August 10th, 2023, 1:30 before Judge O'Brien.
If I may approach this.
Yes. All right, and in this matter, bond will continue. I'm on. All right, we're ready. Court does call the case. And the people of the state of Michigan versus DeMonte Maurice Philpott. That being case 22F1 1571. Counsel, state your appearances.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Amy Reiser on behalf of the people.
Al Murphy, PA 3879, on behalf of Mr. Philpott, Mr. President, to my right.
All right, date and time set for preliminary examination. Are we ready to proceed?
We are, Your Honor. People would call Officer Joshua Branch.
Sir, please come forward to be sworn. Yes, I'll do it. No, it's okay. You can come up, face me. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, have a seat. Upon having a seat, please state and spell your name for the record.
Joshua Branch, JOSHUABRANCH.
All right, you may inquire.
Thank you, sir. Can you tell the court where it is that you're employed
Pittsfield Township Police Department,
and in what capacity?
police officer on the road.
And were you working in your capacity as a road patrol officer on October 19th, 2022?
I was.
And were you alone or did you have a partner?
I had a partner that
And who was that?
officer. Max.
Okay. And did you have contact with the defendant in this case, DeMonte Maurice Philpott, on that date?
I did.
And what approximate time was it, if you know?
If I remember your call, it's around 2:50.
AM, okay. And the person that you ultimately identified as DeMonte Philpott, do you see him in the courtroom today?
I-
And could you tell Judge Simpson what he's wearing and where he's sitting?
Stipulate time.
All right, so stipulated.
And what was the nature of that contact with the defendant?
The nature of the contact was I ran a license plate vehicle that was parked inside of a BP parking lot. They came back to if I'm not mistaken, Corporal Maxey had informed me that DeMonte Philpott had a felony as well. I don't see.
Okay. And what did you do with that information?
That information, we pulled up DeMonte Philpott's photo through Secretary of State. Officer Maxey informed me, stating that was him at the vehicle as well.
Okay. And did you see him in the vehicle, outside of the vehicle, if you know?
At the time I observed him, he was outside the vehicle, and as we were pulling up, he was re-entering the vehicle.
And what was the warrant for?
The warrant was for a CC.
Criminal sexual conduct?
Yes,
Okay, out of your department? Okay. And so what did you do then?
After that, we had approached the vehicle. We asked the person if they weren't Demonte Philpott, which he identified himself as such.
Okay. And did you take him into custody on the valid warrant?
He did.
Okay. And what happened next?
After that, we identified the other passenger inside the vehicle. Found that they also do not have a license and conducted an inventory search of the vehicle prior to impound.
Okay. And I should apologize. Let me back up. I asked if the CSC warrant was valid. Was it in lien?
Yes.
Okay. And you said the passenger did not have a
Little
driver's
King, I don't
license?
know who you are,
And did
man.
Mr. Philpott have a driver's license?
I do not.
Uncle Tom, you know
Okay.
who this person is?
So you
What up,
then
Lil
did
King?
what? You said
Oh,
impounded the vehicle?
What's going on, brother?
Yo, what's going on, Uncle Tom? I don't never catch you when you dropping links. More like right now, I'm only here for like 9 to 8 minutes. I'm on the gig. Said, okay, I see the link. Let me just come up here and let you know, yo, been rocking with you, loving the content. Keep this shit pumping.
For sure. For sure. Thanks for coming up here, brother. We just reviewing cases right now.
Yeah, my favorite one is like funny. One weekend I stumbled across. I'm like, how the hell? What they doing family court on YouTube? This is crazy. And the next weekend I saw you started reviewing. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we try to do them every Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah.
I performed the inventory search prior to the impound.
Okay. And what, if anything, did you locate during that inventory search?
I located a firearm on the driver's seat of the vehicle, along with suspected narcotics in the door of the driver's door.
Okay. And did you say there was a passenger in the passenger seat? Anybody in the rear of the vehicle?
Nobody in the rear of the passenger.
And where was Mr. Philpott when you took him into custody?
Driver's.
And I'm going to show you, did you take the weapon into custody?
I did take proper possession of the weapon.
What kind of weapon was it?
It was a handgun.
What kind of handgun?
Single stack from my recollection.
Okay. And the suspected narcotics, were those also taken into custody? Okay. And were they tested? And did they test positive for cocaine?
Max did one they tested positive. Yes.
Okay. With a true narc test?
Yes.
And did he do that in front of you? Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked as people's proposed exhibit 1 and 2 and ask if you recognize these photographs.
I do.
And can you tell the court and for the record in people's proposed exhibit 1, what are those photographs of?
Photographs of the vehicle, 2 photos, one from the driver's side, rear portion of the vehicle, one of the front driver's seat, 1 photo of 3 scales that we recovered, one of the suspected narcotics at the time.
Okay. And are those a fair and accurate representation of how those items appear on the night of October 19th, 2022 or early morning hours?
Yes.
Okay. And in exhibit 2?
Exhibit 2 is a black handgun firearm. The specifics is going to be an FN 503.
Okay. And was that loaded?
Yes, that was one of the chamber.
Okay. I would move for the admission of exhibit 3.
Any objection or voir dire?
Oh, that's for the purposes of.
Exhibit 3 is admitted.
And did you run Mr. Philpott's criminal history
I did.
and determine that he was ineligible to possess that firearm?
Yes.
I'm going to show you what's been marked as exhibits 3, 4, and 5 and ask if you can identify those for the record.
Have one. That's what I thought. Ms. Reiser, you said you asked for the admission of exhibit 3, and I thought I had lost track and was going to cut my recorder, but you meant exhibits 1 and 2.
I meant exhibit 1 and 2.
Yes, okay, so exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. I have not yet admitted 3.
And I'm showing him proposed 3, 4, and 5.
Got it.
And do you recognize exhibits 3, 4, and 5 to be certified convictions of Mr. Philpott?
I do.
I would move for the admission of exhibits 3, 4, and 5.
Any objection? What is exhibits 3, 4, and 5 are admitted.
And I'm going to show you people's proposed exhibit 6. I labeled this number 7. I don't know where 6 is.
Okay.
I'm going to approach and show you 7 and ask if you recognize this. There is no 6. That were recovered from the driver's side of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Did you remove the ammunition from the chamber and make the gun safe?
I did.
Okay. Thank you. I don't have any other questions. The location where you, I do have another question. The location where you had contact with the defendant at 2:50 a.m. on October 19th, 2022, is that located within Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County?
It is.
You said it was the BP gas station?
Yes.
What's the address? Is that at Washtenaw Avenue and Gulfside? Okay, thank you. I don't have any other questions.
And so we're clear, it's on the west side of Gulfside, which is Pittsfield Township. The court can take judicial notice of that.
Okay, thank you.
Did you wish exhibit 7 admitted?
Yes, please.
Okay, no objection. Exhibit 7 is it? Exhibit 7 is admitted. Cross-examination.
Officer Branch, you talked about making a decision to impound the defendant's vehicle. Why did you do that?
What's that?
Why did you choose to impound it?
I was informed by my training officer at the time that
Do you know why?
based on policy. And some other things.
Is that what he told you that day?
I'm not mistaken.
Your testimony here today is that he told you that you were going to impound it based on a policy?
From my understanding, it was by policy.
That night, did you tell Mr. Philpott that you were not going to impound the car before later changing your mind?
Oops, shit.
And when you told him that you weren't going to impound it, were you telling him the truth?
From my point of view at the time, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking at the time. Very good. Time of, well, before you decided to impound the vehicle, did you enter the BP gas station?
We did.
You entered the inside, the convenience store, for lack of a better description?
No, not the convenience portion. No.
Did you speak to the clerk inside the gas station?
No.
Are you aware that any other officer spoke to the clerk inside the gas station?
What's going on, polygraph?
Are you aware of whether or not the clerk came outside of the gas station?
No.
Surprised you to find out that there was body camera footage of Officer Maxey suggesting that you impound the vehicle in order to search for drugs?
Okay. I think we need to stop right this second, because I had 3 or 4 hearings on this, council.
Yes.
And I'll allow any attorney to ask what questions they want to ask. But there certainly is video of it. This court specifically looked at that video. You did the same thing during that hearing in suggesting or really informing the court initially, prior to me seeing the whole video, that this officer said that he was going to impound it, and that the other officer changed his mind. When point of fact, that's not what happened at all.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I disagree.
No, you can respectfully disagree. Play the video. Let's play the video, because the video is clear. This officer was in training. The questions were specifically asked of this officer. He makes an assessment. His field training officer says, think about this, and this. The whole scenario that they're going through is a field training officer training another officer. It's not the suggestion and this other stuff. I'm not going to let you pollute the record with things that are just wrong. So if you want to play the video, counsel, play the video. But play it now then. Play it now and then ask the question.
because
You know what's funny,
you
Ty? This
attempted to try
judge
to
seemed
mislead the
like
court.
he has a very dark sense of humor.
Yo,
He
Yo,
does.
this judge don't be yo. He is funny, bro.
the fact that the dude, I mean, if it's true that it shows that he's actually training an officer, this is like he said, he's trying to pollute the hearing with bullshit, and he's done this before, so it's not like if you've done it three other times, what do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, but one thing about this judge, he fair though, bro.
Yeah, he is fair. I'll give him that. He's fair.
Court before. Play the video and then ask your questions.
Counselor. Judge, I believe it was Miss Kirby who played the video at our last hearing. And for that reason, I have not hooked up to this particular system. And I wonder if
Hey, anytime someone look up to the sky for an answer, that means, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up and do what I just told you to do.
Well, and obviously this guy hasn't looked at the footage.
No, he has. He's tried this 3 other times. This same lawyer has tried this 3 other times. That's what the judge said.
that maybe
All you need is a cord and a player on your computer. You can hook right into the system. It's not a problem. Listen.
Very good, Judge. Your Honor, I do have 2 additional questions before
Go for
we
it.
play the video.
As long as they're fair.
Officer, how long have you been employed by Pittsfield Township?
By Pittsfield since last August.
Was that your first job as a police officer?
No.
Where else did you work?
Detroit.
How long did you work there?
3.5 years ago.
Did you work anywhere else before that? Okay. So how long have you been a police officer in total?
At this time, it's coming up to a little around 4.5 years.
4.5 years. Did you undergo training as a Detroit police officer? Did you complete the MCOLS program before becoming an officer? And did you were you undergoing training at the time of this arrest? Very good. Your Honor, can we take a brief recess while we try to figure out how to play this video?
We're to stay in recess.
Thank you.
All right.
We do have the video worked out. Sister counsel here was kind enough to load it up so that it can be played on the court's monitors. With the court's permission, I would like to play that video unabated for at least the first 10 minutes, but as long into the video as Your Honor would.
Well, whatever you need.
For the record, Judge, it's 46 minutes in total.
Oh, I know. I watched the whole video before.
Willing to watch it with you, Judge.
Well, I already watched it once. It's like a rerun. But however much of it you think you need to play, I'm just saying that the real interaction occurs, and I don't know the timing, but when actually there are the 3 folks there and the field training officer is talking to this officer. So whatever point that's at, you can back up a little bit from that, but run it through because you see the context upon which all of these statements are being made.
Okay, so for the record, I'm playing Pittsfield Township 22-13689. This will be the body cam of Officer Tyler Maxey.
All right.
Maybe.
You got it. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, man. Yeah, your laptop controls volume. A little down, a little lower.
For assault. The Monte Hill Okay. Contact you or you can call me. Okay. We'll look it up in the car. We'll show you. Who's passenger? That's one girl. Okay. Who's client? Okay. Does she have a driver's license? Okay, that's what. Alright, my guy's gonna check you and he's gonna have a seat and I'll go talk to her and see if she can get a contract. Okay. I'll let them know. So you guys don't want further arrest. I'm gonna go to life in county jail. Do you have a driver's license to drive the car? Okay. Trying to figure out what we're gonna do with the car. So sit tight.
I never heard it. I think my license personal. And I told them that I came in 50 from years ago.
Okay, so you have that idea.
Bless you.
I mean, I figured out what's going on here. So. Just hold on for now. So felony for sex assault on Pittsfield, they put it in July of this year. She said he found it. Oh, that's not that. So what do we need to do now? So what do we need to do?
Yeah, traffic stop. You don't have great audio, I'll tell you that much.
But I just got things in number we have, and that's maybe.
Jesus. Putting on those shit kicker 3000 gloves.
So there's two options that we can do. We can either try to
It does sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Well, that was the most important part right there. He gave him options that he was going to go back and tell that other person. Or shit. Well, Jesus, it's a bad audio. Right there.
So he's gonna With the checklist, that way, if officer automatically finds someone in the car, then I'll run to you. If, understand the gun, we can deal with that, but if it's just a taco.
Do y'all know what the basic argument is? The basic argument is that the only reason why they towed the car was to search it because you couldn't search it without probable. Well, they said they didn't have probable cause to search it in the first place. So that's the reason why I towed it. Is why the male lawyer said it's kind of an illegal search. I guess we're just getting to. I don't know, but this whole
Yeah, but it also the idea that the cop can't change his mind after he says something.
yeah, that's it's just stupid. I don't know why he's hanging his hat on that argument. Like, what does it matter? His car got towed and car got searched. It is what it is right now. Did they find drugs is a problem. Jesus Christ. This shit is horrible audio.
So yeah, we can have this investigation. But he does have one. That way. So because there was an article in the team, that's doesn't mean you're going to jail. But just because there was that pistol in the car, we're gonna do a little more
Being
investigating.
detained because they found a pistol in the car. Not in jail yet. I know he's like, I'm tired of seeing this shit. I told you I already watched it, nigga. Jesus Christ. Like, bitch, why you carrying around Vaseline? Wait a minute. Hey, who's she gonna fight? Who is that bitch? When the last time y'all used Vaseline? Like straight Vaseline. Like, only time women use that is when they about to go fight somebody. I don't know. Mayo, when the last time you used Vaseline?
Me, sir? Probably 20 years.
Yo, that's who did. All right, Black Thoughts, you got it. Since you the jigaboo wrangler in here, can you explain to me what Vaseline is used for besides going to fight somebody?
Isn't it supposed to lube things?
Yeah, sure. When's the last time you used Vaseline, sir?
I don't know, sir. I haven't even. I almost forgot it existed.
Right. OG Duder, do you use Vaseline for your lips, man?
No, sir. No, sir. I buy expensive products like CarMax.
Once I discovered Bag Bomb, I never went back to Vaseline.
What the fuck is Bag Bomb?
You spend time around animals and you don't know what Bag Bomb is, sir?
No, I don't. Listen, I'm not a white degenerate like you, sir.
Sir, I thought you were raised in Oklahoma.
I was raised in Oklahoma, but I didn't need no damn Bag Bomb.
Bag
no
Bomb?
one I knew ever used that, but I could be wrong.
That's good shit, man.
Eh?
Especially if you got a lot of cuts and shit, it keeps infection down naturally.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
It was made for the udders of cows, but
oh no.
More people use it than anything else.
Okay. Interesting. It's just a barrier keeper. This is what my wife keeps saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I also understand why she's walking around with Vaseline though. That's crazy.
Maybe she's working.
You gotta keep that thing wet, huh? Yeah, all right. That motherfucking judge ain't even paying attention no more.
Your Honor, if the court's satisfied.
Oh,
I am.
Jesus Christ.
I'm satisfied. I mean, wherever you want to stop it, I'm good.
Mr. Counsel, I think we're ready. For the moment.
All right, you may continue your question.
Officer Branch, was it your testimony earlier that you impounded the car pursuant to a policy?
Yeah.
Do you know what that policy is?
Off the top of my head right now.
Okay. Would you give me a recollection at the time of what you believe the policy was?
At the time, from my recollection, it was impound top for vehicle, gonna block businesses, transactions, or if it's illegal at the time.
And that was your understanding at the time? Okay. Were you able to hear what was said in the
What
video?
up, BM? Thanks for the support.
Okay. If it's necessary, I
$2
don't mind
super
going back to the pertinent points. So
$2 super chat says just supporting the porch. Keep the light on for us. That's a fact. That's a fact. Leave me alone. I'm old, man. Thank you. BM for the support.
So please let me know if that's necessary, okay? Were you able to hear yourself say, or did you say to the defendant that there were two options on what to do with the vehicle before you made the decision to impound? Do you recall what those two options were?
Find someone to drive a vehicle, and the other passenger was not licensed, or we would impound the vehicle.
Can we go back and play that portion of the video, please? It's gonna be.
Am I just hearing the same motion again?
Your Honor, I'm trying to get the testimony from the gentleman here.
I understand what you're doing. I'm asking you a question that you'll answer. Am I just hearing your motion again?
No, Your Honor, I don't intend to make the same motion again.
Well, you're gonna have to speed this along, because I mean, this sounds, it sounds like the same thing. If you want to raise your Fourth Amendment argument in circuit court, you may do so. But my issue here is going to be whether or not there's probable cause to believe that a crime was committed and whether or not this defendant did that. That's the only thing I'm here to decide right at this point in time. And it seems like you're just going through your motion, which I've already denied after 6 appearances before.
Your Honor, I'm just trying to make sure that we have testimony of what.
Which could have been done with the motion, which is why everybody was here. And so that's what I'm asking. Am I just hearing the motion?
No, Your Honor. At the time, we had stipulation from the people as to what was said. We're asking now to try to discern the intent of the officer at the time, which we can't get alone from that stipulation.
But intent is not an issue I decide at this stage, counsel, is what I'm getting at.
No,
Because
Your
if
Honor.
it comes down that it's a question of intent, it gets bound over because that's a question of fact for the jury. It wouldn't be something I could decide. So why am I here is what I'm asking. If that's the issue, the intent of what this officer did, then we might as well just stop this now because I can't decide that. You should know that.
Yes, Your Honor, but the testimony is still necessary for us if we choose to make the motion based on what Officer Branch says. We choose to renew that motion based on what he says later in circuit court.
Then you'll have the opportunity during the motion. I mean, play it again. I guess we'll just be here all night listening to the same thing over and over.
Jesus Christ, bro.
So we're there's two options that we can do. You can either try to comply with that. Since you don't have a license, but we can park it. You can try to get around.
Thank you so much. I asked you for what, if you recall the two options that you gave. I just replayed the video where I believe you were making those statements, correct? Do you recall what those two options were?
I can hear it a little clearer now, but the other option was to park the vehicle.
Could you state what both of them are?
Yeah, the first option was to find another driver, since the passenger was not licensed, or to park the vehicle.
Thank you. And at some point, did you decide to impound the vehicle?
After council, I have to go.
Were you able to hear on the video? Do you recall what your training officer said to you that caused you to create a third option or to defer from the two options that you said?
Sustained,
I'll rephrase.
sustained.
I'll rephrase, Your Honor.
Uh-oh, that motherfucker mad now, boy.
You hear Officer Maxey
He's fighting a trial issue.
suggest that you impound the vehicle?
Yes.
Did you hear the words that surrounded that?
Based on prior history.
Are you saying that you can infer what he said based on your prior history with him? I'm not sure I understand your answer.
Well, I can hear based on prior history of narcotic trafficking.
Okay. And is that the statement that caused you to decide to impound the vehicle?
No.
Why did you change your mind?
I do not know what he's getting at, bro.
What other training and experience did he give you from the time you made those suggestions to the time you decided to impound, other than the statement we just addressed?
The statement alone is not necessarily what made me change.
Mayo, don't get me wrong. This is pre-trial, right?
This is literally whether there's going to be a trial.
So not even pre-trial. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this is the probable cause hearing.
Oh my God. Don't get this. If you live in Detroit, don't get this motherfucker as no fucking lawyer. This nigga is trash.
I mean, remember
Anyone that
in,
talks that slow, I wouldn't hire.
remember in Cousin Vinny?
Yes, yeah.
When they went into the court and he didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty much it. This is the same, you just want to skip everything and go straight to trial.
Yeah. Okay, this is stupid. I mean, you keep asking the same stupid. You know what?
It's my trust.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. How long have you been training with Officer Maxey?
I've trained with Uncle Maxey, I believe only that day.
Did you do what you were told?
No.
Did Officer Maxey ever ask you to do things that you refused to do?
No.
Did he ever suggest to you conduct in order to test you?
Not me.
Did he ever ask you to do things or suggest that you take a course of action that you knew to be unlawful?
Not once.
Very good. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any regret? Flipping.
Officer Branch, Corporal Maxey was training you?
Yes.
It appeared in that video, he was showing you how to use what's that computer system called in the car?
The computer system is the lead system.
And was he showing you how to use that?
No, he was advising me on something that's done with Pittsfield that was not done with my previous work.
Okay, so some different policies and procedures.
Right.
Okay, and did he sit with you in the car and confirm that the defendant had a valid warrant?
Yes.
before taking the next step of action? Okay. And Officer Maxey spoke with the passenger and determined she did not have a valid driver's license.
Right.
Okay. And so it sounded like in that video, he said, "What would you do?" Is that correct? And you indicated she doesn't have a driver's license, so we can't let her take the car.
Right.
And your second thought or option was to leave the car parked.
Yes.
Okay, and there was a third option suggested to you by your FTO.
Right.
Okay. And in terms of leaving the car parked, could you leave it parked in a private facility, in a private business?
It's legally part of the authorization of the employees there.
Okay. And what about your policy at Pittsfield? Were you aware of that?
I was aware of the majority of the policy at the time. From my recollection now, that is slightly.
Okay, so you have to have permission from your command to leave a vehicle parked on private property. And did you have that? Okay. And the impound was done incident to the arrest of the defendant
Correct.
after you confirmed his valid warrant. Is that correct? Okay. And then the vehicle was impounded and you inventoried it. Is that pursuant to policy?
Yes.
Okay. And what, if anything, did you locate during that impound?
I located a firearm for handgun along with the suspected narcotic.
You found,
Thank you. I don't have any other
found that
questions.
before you.
Just have one brief follow-up, Your Honor.
Sure.
Officer Branch, I appreciate this. Would you just clarify something? I asked you about whether or not anyone went into the BP gas station, you other officers, whether you're aware of it. I believe it was your testimony just now that you weren't aware that the vehicle had permission to be at that private property.
Right.
Did you have any reason to believe that it didn't?
Where it was parked at the time.
I'm sorry?
Parked at the time, the vehicle did not stay there.
Why?
Pump was in place.
Did you, I'm sorry, I thought it was your testimony that nobody went into the BP gas station, nobody came out of the BP gas station. So I'm unclear on what you mean by that.
So to object on relevancy grounds, whether anyone went into the BP gas station or came out of it. I'm sure there was a lot of business then.
Respond
Yeah, I believe it is relevant.
to what?
Well, the people are trying to make the argument that the impound was proper in part because the vehicle was hampering private property. And I'm trying to make it clear that.
Oh my God, it's parked at a fucking gas station, you dumb nitwit.
Well, and it's parked at the gas pump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which I'm sure the store did not give them permission to park there for an, for a unknown amount of time in front of the pump.
Yeah, that's fucking.
It's
This
just
is a
ludicrous.
horrible lawyer. This is a fucking horrible lawyer. Jesus Christ.
Whoa. Hold it.
Just following on the.
That's why this is like Groundhog Day. I went through this already with the motion. And you were given, counsel, 2, if not 3 opportunities because you had alleged or made the representation to the court that someone there said the vehicle could stay. And I gave you an opportunity to bring that person before the court. One time you brought what looked like, I guess, an attempt at an affidavit. And the question I had was, that's not the owner. And then we adjourned again because you were going to go get the owner.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you came back, guess what?
Without
No
the
owner.
owner.
Nobody came down. Nobody said anything.
Jesus Christ.
And now you want to argue it here again.
No, Your Honor.
Yar!
I'm trying to get testimony about whether or not they were told that there was no permission to remain there or whether they decided it for themselves. I'm satisfied with the answers Officer Branch has given. They answer that question.
Are we done then?
Yes, Your Honor.
So they made an assumption that the owner wouldn't want
Anything
a
else,
car
Mr. Reiser, from
parked
this
in
witness?
front of the gas
You
station.
may step down, thank you.
Jesus Christ. It's a dumbass fucking lawyer.
Any
boy.
other witnesses for the people?
No.
No?
No, I don't have any other witnesses, John. I would make an amendment to count 2 and count 3 with the additional convictions that have been mentioned, the controlled substance delivery, manufacture less than 50 grams, and the police officer flee in lieu. I would just add those both to the felon in possession of a firearm and the ammunition.
Gotcha. Any objection to that? Any witnesses for the defense? Motion?
People would move for bind over on count 1 through 4 contained within the felony information. I believe that the testimony of Officer Grant is sufficient to make a probable cause finding that the defendant did carry a dangerous weapon, to wit, a handgun, whether concealed or though otherwise in a vehicle operated or occupied by the defendant, the Ford vehicle that was shown in the video. And 2, that he is a firearm possession by a felon, that he did possess, transport, or carry a firearm while ineligible to do so because he or she had been convicted of possession of cocaine or other narcotic, controlled substance delivery, manufactured less than 50 grams, and or police officer fleeing in a low degree. And count 3, that he did possess, transport, and carry ammunition when ineligible to do so, based on the officer's testimony that it was loaded with one in the chamber, that he was ineligible also to possess, transport, or carry the ammunition because he had been convicted of the 3 listed felony convictions in Exhibit 3, 4, and 5, and that he did knowingly or intentionally possess less than 25 grams of a mixture containing the controlled substance cocaine.
Response.
Your Honor, just for the record, we renew our motion that evidence in this case should be suppressed.
How do you do that? Give me your argument. I mean, I don't even know how you're raising that motion again. I'm at the preliminary examination. You already have raised the motion. You then supplemented the motion.
Yes, Your Honor.
I mean, if you want me to go through the entire record that I've been through this case, and now you're renewing that motion again at the district court stage at exam?
Yes, sir.
When give me your authority for doing that, counsel, because you're playing by a different set of rules that don't apply. Give me your authority to raise it at this proceeding, right now. Right now. If you need to take a break to find the rule, you find the rule. Otherwise, yep, you take your break, find the rule. Court is stand in recess.
Damn.
Look at that eyes, boy.
Hey,
Go
Tom.
ahead. You're not going to find it in here staring at me. Please, for God's sakes, take me off the record.
Hey, can you pause it real quick, bro?
Yep,
Yes,
just
sir.
started.
All right, so is he trying to defend that the dude so let me ask you a question first. He didn't get caught with the gun on him, the gun was in the car.
Yes, it was in the car.
Okay, and they had the car towed.
Mhm.
So that's the reason why they had the chance to go in there and search the car, right?
Yes.
So the lawyer's trying to get that part thrown out so the gun part to get thrown out, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're on the same page. Keep on going.
This motherfucker's stupid. Because the thing about it is, if you're a felon, you're not supposed to be with anyone that has a gun or transporting a gun or gun parts or ammunition. It says it when you're in a felon, so I don't understand why he's fighting this. Dude is wrong. Is that a public defender? I hope not, because Jesus Christ, he's an idiot.
Polycop's on.
I mean, I hope
Video
so.
is
I
on,
hope so.
and I'm live. All right, we're back on the record in the case of the People versus Devontae Philpott.
He's trying
Caliber
to.
583879
He's also trying to say that the police officer said that he wasn't gonna tow it, and then he decided to tow it, which is I guess not against is against the rules of police officer changing their mind or what they're gonna do or something. I don't understand. Well, besides the private property, that was his second motion that he tried to bring up. Yeah, that's true. No, he didn't have a chance to bring a property owner in there. He tried to bring an affidavit, like someone going to Judge Judy and saying, "Yeah, my mama told me." My mama wrote a statement that had it notarized. Like that means any goddamn thing. Like your mama can't come to court. The fuck out of here! This is bullshit. This is I'm not even a lawyer, and I know that shit is trash. It's just crazy.
Of the defendant, Mr. Belpod.
Amy Riser again, on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Your Honor, the court had asked for authority in which to make a motion or renew a motion to suppress evidence.
At preliminary exam.
Yes, Your Honor. And all I can point the court to is
how did this guy pass the bar?
6.508.
How did he pass the bar? Shit. The bar is low. Bar is very low, obviously.
Apparently.
Jesus Christ.
Particularly B, which allows the court to make a decision that will require an evidentiary hearing on its own. And it does specifically list quote, the expanded record. In this case, Your Honor, the record, although the court may not be satisfied in the way the record was expanded, we do have an expanded record today based on Officer Branch's testimony. For that reason, I'd like the court to consider Officer Branch's testimony.
Okay, I will consider Officer Branch's testimony with regard to the motion to suppress, which was previously raised. Taking that into consideration with the entirety of the other circumstances in which the motion was raised and the evidence received and an argument received at that time, the motion to suppress is again denied.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No, just making my motion for bind over.
All right. Anything else in response?
No, Judge.
Court has heard the testimony in this case, and with reference to counts 1, amended count 2, amended count 3, and count 4, the court would rule that the people have indeed sustained their burden of showing that the defendant committed these offenses and that these offenses were committed and that this defendant committed those offenses. Therefore, the defendant is bound over to stand trial on all 4 counts. Counsel, as to the circuit court arraignment, do you waive presentation of the information and its reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how does your client plead?
Like the court to enter a plea of not guilty at this time.
Defendant waiving presentation and reading of the information. Court will enter a not guilty plea as to all 4 counts. Pretrial in this matter will be set for
August 10th at 1:30 p.m. with Judge O'Brien.
August 10th, 2023, 1:30 before Judge O'Brien.
Thank you, Your Honor. And if there's no objection from counsel, I'll file a new information.
Judge O'Brien is a female, I think, or it might be the, or it might be that chief
for
judge.
the court record, there should be an order denying this motion to suppress dated 6/8/23 and another order dated 7/6/23.
Yes.
Did you do the one from 6/8?
The one from 6/8 has been entered. If your office doesn't have a copy, it was signed here in the courtroom.
Yes.
Do you want another one from today?
Yes.
I'll send another one over from today.
I can, yes. I believe your front office staff may be gone today at this point, so we'll have to.
We'll be here tomorrow.
Exactly.
Thank you. That it for us, man. Thank you very much. 14A is adjourned.
Jeez. Like, I'm so glad I'm not a judge. I'm so glad I'm not a judge in that case, because I'd have cussed his ass out. All right. That will conclude it this time. I think we're going live again is it on your channel? Okay. All right, so we're going live again at 8 o'clock. It doesn't matter. We can always close one of mine. Doesn't matter. 8 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna go get something to eat and go take a piss. I really got to piss. Anything from you guys? What you say?
All right, bro. See you at 8.
Yeah,
Sure.
see you at 8, bro.
Yeah, I'll see you at 8.
Yeah. Are you putting a link in there, sweetheart? Well, it should already pop up on the thing. But you can throw the link in there if you like. There it goes. There it goes. All right. You guys, thanks for all coming out here. All came and said us watch these court cases. We got some more actual goddamn TPOs tomorrow. Well, actually, it's protective property, protective. What's it called? Permanent protective order tomorrow. I know I got one of them with our favorite judge, Judge Bryant. Yeah, no, yes, sir. All right, now. Other than that, man, we got some stuff coming on tonight. I don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about something though. All right, you guys have a great one. See you guys tonight.